Right. Right, here we go. Alright, guys, we're getting started here. We got vetoes going on. We got people going on. Here we go. Santa Claus versus SW Pro. Yes, Chicken Man is also casting. And we have our first game on this side. He is doing the other side of it. Yeah, Chicken Man is casting. You're not going to hear this for 2 minutes. You can try to ask him if you want in. Alright, here we go. Spawning in the upper right corner of Glittering Ashes. Representing Root Gaming, it is SW Pro. And his opponent in the lower left, from UOM, it is Santa Claus. Zerg player. Should be a spicy one. Alright, immediately we have a probe going out with a high ground wall. And a PVZ. Oh, and a cleaning bot dies right off the rip. Let's see what we got in store for us today. Okay. We got a hatch first against a gateway. What is this game? What is SW Pro doing? He's not cannon rushing, folks. Wait, he canceled his gas. He's going to build a forge. Yep. He wasn't sure. Maybe Santa Claus is playing random and I didn't realize it. Alright, nice little drone pull, but they're a little blindsided. Key is to get in there. They cannot. Okay, one probe is choked up. The one drone is choked up. The Miss Micro is real. Those three probes could have been hitting this pylon. Alright, so are we going to see this other probe come in and drop the other photon cannon? We are. It is going down right about probably the second it goes down. Okay. Okay, let's see. Rattata is messaging me asking about walkover time. Alright, we have a cannon rush. But meanwhile, Santa Claus is trying to get some lings out. I don't know how much I like that. He is going for a ninja upper left corner hatchery. This is already a spicy series, folks. Some peak StarCraft right here. Lings will make their way across this other side of the map. There will be an Adept, however, already out from SW Pro. Actually, these Lings are not doing too good of a job of getting out of there. We're just losing some, but a gas steal is actually kind of annoying when you're getting cannon rushed. Oof, and already a Stargate coming. This is like almost the normal game. A shield battery and Adepts going down. That actually saves 50 minerals. This is actually evolving into a... a little bit of a crap show here. Alright, we got an Oracle coming out from SW Pro. Interesting play for a cannon rush. You know, all the cheese. This turns into like a normal kind of PVZ, but on one base from our Protoss player with an Oracle opener. There's no Void Rays. But this cheeky little base is going to be quite annoying. Lings cannot do anything up this ramp, unfortunately for him. Lings checking for proxies, etc. There will be... Well, there's a probe chilling here, too. I think he's going to expand. Oh, SW Pro playing like the mad lad that he is. We do have a lair from Santa Claus. We don't have a Roach Warren, interestingly enough. I think he's just going straight for Nidus. And the problem with that is there is a Stargate. Void Ray is coming out. Nidus is going to be shut right down unless he uses it to kind of maybe transfer drones over here. And he's just trying to get into a macro game. Problem is he's only got a couple queens and they're on two different sides of the map. That might be a decent move if he wants to strategically get over on the other side of the map. Maybe try to macro because he knows his opponent doesn't have too much in terms of base-wise. But the army of our Protoss player is significantly superior to the Zerg player. There's an Oracle. There's a Void Ray. The Oracle is scouting out all around the map. After seeing there's a lair, a little confused. These Adepts can do a lot of work on the upper left. So far, the base goes unscouted. Oh, funnily enough, the hatch going down wasn't scouted. Unlucky for our Zerg player. This is scouted. The jig is up. That Oracle is not going to go down. 4 Adepts are going to do a lot of work. There's no Lings to defend. There's no spine crawler. Oh, there is a spine crawler, but it's in the front. Not where we wanted it. That is so many drones going down. There is a Roach Warren finally. But these Adepts are going to do so much work. 8 drones going down. We are now at 25 to 26 workers. Protoss with a worker lead and an Overlord going down. Very high pressure from our Zerg player. Or from our Protoss player. However, there are a lot of roaches coming out. They should pop in almost in time. Yeah, they're going to pop out right around there. These Adepts will find some damage. However, I don't think they're going to survive this attack too well. They're certainly going to clean up some drones before, but roaches could... I would have liked to see a reaction of pulling drones from Santa Claus. Resonating Glaives is being researched from our Protoss player, who now has 2 bases, but the Lings are putting some pretty decent pressure in, and they get past the wall. There's a 1 adept will clean them up. However, the 2 speedlings will potentially find some damage. +1 ground weapons going for our Protoss player. And a 3rd hatch in the upper left. The 3rd base is now in the upper left corner of the map. We do have a Spire as a response to this. Funnily enough, the Stargates is the Stargate opener. It's actually going into Glaives. So this could be pretty weird. We have photon cannons. We have stasis ward on the 3rd of the Zerg. Triangle 3rd. But that's 2 Void Rays. You know, I almost don't hate this, but the Queens need to go fight together. One's a little damaged. The Void Rays will win the fight. However, the Queen almost kills the Oracle. 2 Void Rays against the Queen is not a good fight. Again, pulling a Queen might be the way to go. Oh, no, not like this. These Void Rays are going to kill that hatch. We do have the Spire at about 80% completion. There is a Dark Shrine going down behind this. What a freaking interesting way to start the series and start the tournament. 3 Ravagers caught in a stasis trap. This is not looking good for Santa Claus. Mamma mia. Alright, Void Rays are going to get some shield damage, but not want to engage that. That's 2 Queens and 2 Spores, realistically. However, this is the real army. Resonating Glaives are a thing. The problem is keeping Overlords alive, defending bases. The cannons will be finally cleaned up a bit. However, these 2 Void Rays and these Glaive Adepts are rough. But the nightmare is not over. We have Dark Templar coming. We have Charge on the way. One of the Ravagers will go down very shortly. Roach Rav will fend off, at least for a time being, those. Oh, the Overseer gets completely sniped by Prismatic Alignment. And one of those, 2 of the Ravagers actually going down. It was just 1. Overlords are covering it up. Our Zerg players try to be smart for keeping the Overlords alive. Okay, we do have a little bit of a push out, an attempt of a push out from our Zerg player. There is an Oracle with growing in energy. That Oracle has done some work this game. Alright, so this is a very annoying playstyle from our Protoss player. Something I kind of do, but never with a cannon rush. This is kind of a cool game. Roaches and Ravagers are jumping on this army. Beautiful shade from SW Pro. We have Corruptor Roach is the attempted play, but there's not enough. 3 bases was what our Zerg was on, but he's down to 2. This is very, very rough for our Zerg player. And this army is just not going to be able to breach anything. Some workers going down for Protoss. Just 2, potentially. Well, not even. Battery overcharges cast. Meanwhile, 1 Corruptor's going to P on the Nexus while it scouts the Dark Shrine. 2, actually. This is hilarious. Just 2 Corruptors. I mean, I would have rather they hit the Dark Shrine almost. Okay, well, we're going to have a warp in of Stalkers. 2 more Corruptors join the fray. They're trying to take out this Nexus with all dear life, but you know what? They just don't do it. That's a very expensive loss. We are going to get Burrow from our Protoss player. There is an Oracle, but this is just too damn funny. Photon Cannon remains in the natural. 9 workers went down behind this. We're looking at 13 workers to 46. Santa Claus looks really dead and really desperate. But Burrow could make this game really funny. Oops. This is a little bit of a clown fiesta to start the day off. My God, this is freaking incredible. Oh, gosh. Sorry, guys. We're moving a little slow today, so bear with me. Burrow is about to complete. However, Zerg is just in a world of pain. There's only 2 Queens and 2 Spores to defend, and this is a basically ground-heavy army, but with 3 Void Rays. There's literally only the Void Rays could be contended with. And, yeah, it's a little unlucky. There's even a full energy Oracle to rev tag. Are we going to see a Burrow of the drones? No, he has Burrow. I don't think he's thinking about it. Oof. Using roaches to kill a cannon. You can tell that's exactly what happened down here. Poor Santa Claus is getting folded like laundry. SW Pro with the cheese coming in strong. I love this game. Oh my god. Yeah, Zerg is mercilessly destroyed, but Protoss is going to try to do their best with a Ling Bane. A stasis trap. The queen almost goes into you. What do we want to see is one Ling go down to it. Yep. He is. Alright, Zerg's going to try to fix his saturation. He has just enough workers to saturate the depleted main base. We're 12 minutes and 47 seconds in the game. The third base is established for Protoss. Upgrades are there. Disruptors are there. Immortals are out. This is a scary Protoss army. He can make DTs. He can do everything. He's got Stalkers. He's got Blink. He's got Charge. He's got Resonating Glaives. He has all three of the Twilight Council structures and 3 Void Rays with Disruptors and Robo. Zerg is going to try to go all in, but they're really not much of a base trade because you can't do anything against that. We were going to see a GG in a little bit, but I feel like Santa Claus feels bullied. Invisible men are going to make just seal the deal. Banelings can kill DTs, and will find a lot of value on it, but not quite. GG. As the main army hits Santa Claus base, SW Pro emerges victorious. Alright, guys, here we go. Reza. It's missing this one now. Alright, here we go. Spawning in the upper right corner of Hardwire, representing Root Gaming, it is SW Pro. And his opponent in the lower left. He's red. He's cheeky. He's got the Carbot Zergling from UOM. It is Santa Claus. And again, with more shenanigans from SW Pro. Are we going to see a pull first from Zerg? It doesn't look like it. We have 2 Overlords coming out right off the rip. Oh, no. What? Our resident cheeser, SW Pro, going right in to Cannon Rush yet again. Our Zerg player playing honorably. Would be interesting to have seen a pull first. Or like a Ninja Expand. All right. Santa Claus. Let's see if he can do it this game. These guys are certainly something. All right, we have a pylon going down. 2 pylons in the net, and this is a full surround. I'd really like to see our Zerg player pull, you know, the 4 and the 4. I don't think he knows how many drones he needs to pull, and then an additional one for the probe. Because he actually could have got in there. Okay, his 4 surrounded that. If he can get right on top of the cannon, he needed to be reacting immediately, though, because he could have pounced in and actually potentially just killed the photon cannon. They are going to have, I think this might drop the 3 hex attack, but realistically, this is still going on, and that cannon is in range. Oh, there it is, the 4 surround. 2 probes going to try to fight this. No, the lack of A moves. Oh no, this is a short one. SW Pro cannon his way through this. Our Zerg is building 10 wings out of desperation, regretting to go hatch first. Against our resident cheeser of the moment. SW Pro pulling out his probe scout Samuel. He's gonna try to pull boys and drones and go attack. Oh, he's going across the map. He's going across the map, but this is a full wall. This is all in, boys. Morlings gonna try to make their way out. That photon cannon is a little annoying on the high ground. Ooh, the broodling's going to try to surround the cannon. Realistically, I don't know. They probably could have went for the probes. Larva even going down. There's not much here to do with anything. All right. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. It's a lot of work getting done to the forge, but I don't think this is going to make it in time. There's just so much economy for SW Pro considering how this game started. We do have a shield battery coming too. The drone drill, but there's not enough. All the lings had died in the base. There's a shield battery. There's all sorts of tech. Santa Claus. Oh my god, GG. Dave update score. Yeah, it was SW Pro 2-0'd him. Oh my god, Reza. Yeah, I'm a little tired. Let's see what else we got for series. All right. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. Let's take a look at old bracket. Old man bracket. Let's refresh this. Okay, so we got Gerald and SW Pro. What up? I was a fat kid. And Sandy Claus. GG. Thanks for playing, man. Those were some funny games. I feel bad that you got so cannon rushed. All right, where's Geralt? My IC2 is getting rusty. Been playing too much Immortal. Geralt versus. Alright, guys, I'm gonna use the bathroom while they veto. Thank you, guys. Here we are. There are no other really good games other than SC2. True. Here we are. We have a good one for us right here. Alrighty. Spawning in the bottom left corner of 2,000 atmospheres. Representing Psystorm Gaming and wearing the peel. The blue. It is Gerald. I almost said the peel. That's funny. I might put teal. This is a little confusing because we have 2 blue players. But anyway, and his opponent in the upper right, representing Root Gaming, it is SW Pro, who we saw cannon his way to victory before. We may see another cannon rush. The honorable Protoss player versus the Root Gaming cheeser. SW Pro is a really cool guy, though. Absolutely. Welcome, Judgment. It was fantastic. Katowice was awesome. I was a little disappointed in my Protoss, but rooting through things. I was happy to see Rainer do so well. It was nice to see Big Gabe make it that far. Disappointing about Ryung. But, okay, SW Pro's actually just going for that Adept wall on the side. Kind of like how you'd Reaper wall against a Terran. It is a way of doing it, but Geralt going for a 2-gate expand. A little wacky, but this is definitely a thing. So this is 2-gate versus 2-gate. I'm going to see honorable play from both or not. Okay, probe is being damn annoying to Geralt, who is now going to get right on top of that other probe. We have a misrally from Geralt for a second. Probably because that probe was just getting on his nerves just a little. That was actually being a little aggressive, taking out the shields off of 2 of the probes, it looked like. And by the same token, Geralt is going to take some minerals, get a nice little scout, see what's going on from his opponent. Doing good. Doing good, and I agree. It ended up being an interesting outcome. The first time we see 3 non-Koreans in the semifinals. That was remarkable, and yeah, with the Serral win, it was good stuff. Definitely an interesting year for StarCraft. A lot of good games, a lot of great players, a lot of huge upsets. I really felt like it could have went anywhere for a bit, but at the end, it did make sense. I kind of was... Personally, I was thinking Serral or Rainer might have won. For a bit, I was almost leaning toward Maru. But earlier on, I remember I called it. I'm like, yeah, Serral's going to come in and probably dumpster. But I wish I publicly made that on Twitter, because... No. Alright, that being said... We have a little bit of harass. The wall is going to block the Adept from shading in of SW Pro. Geralt's in good form. He's got 4 Stalkers. There is a Stargate coming from SW Pro, which Geralt is, he's really just expecting that. Geralt getting a nice little cheeky pylon block, delaying this even further. He's probably just going to leave it, because he already has a Nexus down. Do we have a battery? We do have a shield battery going down for Geralt. This is perfect. That Oracle is a ways away, so Geralt leaving this pylon is actually kind of nice. This is like a 4-minute expand with less units. Geralt being the aggressor, shield battery is going to help him out tremendously. He doesn't even have to worry about it. He just has to evade a stasis ward. And, yeah, he's putting the hurting on. In fact, with Warp Gate, he could potentially warp in right here. He's going to be retreating just a little bit. Regroup, checking for proxies potentially. There is a proxy pylon, funnily enough, from SW Pro, who is getting a Twilight Council. This is going to possibly be DT. Yeah, this is looking like DTs, 100%. Alright, SW Pro continuing his cheeky play style. He loves his DTs and his cheeky plays. Yep, you see this? The sentries there, the force field, the stalkers below the ramp. Geralt does suspect something. You can tell. There's the gateway, and where is the Dark Shrine? We're going to probably see a Dark Shrine right here. It might end up going to the main base, but we'll see. Yep, there it is. If there's a matchup I know, folks, you know it. It's PvP. Alright, army supply very heavily in favor of Geralt. He is having an observer. He's reading this just absolutely beautifully. And guess what? He's going to find a proxy pylon, and I guarantee you, with a good amount of certainty, he's going to expect Dark Templar. With that delayed of a Nexus, he's not going to underestimate this. SW Pro's no slouch. Let's see if he goes and checks. I'm just curious. But regardless, an observer's out. Hallucinated Phoenix from SW Pro going across. We do have an Immortal coming. The observer, I love that it's just showing here the natural. This is going to be scouted. Very unlucky for SW Pro. 2 Adepts of Geralt going in. There is no chance of this being blocked really quickly. Wait, oh, I don't know about that hesitation. They're going to go pick off 1 at Probe. Another going in. Dark Shrine just completing from SW Pro. When the proxy's not scouted over, there's an observer right there. We got a Warp Prism coming with Geralt with Blink. This is just 2 gate. However, oh, sorry, I'm wrong. He's at 4 gate. This is actually pretty strong. 6 worker kills is actually pretty good for Geralt. Not perfect, but given the state of this, GG is called. There's not a damn thing that SW Pro can do. Hero Marine actually played Reza. One thing I'd say, there was a game he played that just blew my mind, where he went nothing but Marine tank medevac, which is so ballsy. He was literally playing against lurkers, and honestly, I think he could have won that game, but he had 20 tanks unsieged. That was a cool game. That was certainly a cool game. Yeah, right? Honestly, it was looking like Raynor could have taken it. With all seriousness. My biggest upsets of the tournament were Ryung, and I was really on Team Ryung after, and the fact that Max Pax couldn't make it in. I thought Hero was another one. Anyway, with that said, we're moving on to game number 2. Spawning in the upper right corner, representing Root, it is SW Pro. And his opponent in the lower left, representing Psystorm Gaming, it is my man, the Polish Protoss, with the most base mustache. It is Geralt. Probably, he is literally one of my favorite Protoss players as of now. Like, people can pick on me or not. He's just so damn good, and he plays so honorably. For me being a bit of a cheeky player, and as you know, working on not being so all the time, I have much respect from, to a fault, how honorably he plays. We do have a cheeky cannon rush from SW Pro going full NA on our Polish Protoss. And honestly, well, I don't hate this. This is a pretty decent wall. He's going for this. The center one's kind of nice, but he's pretty well defended. At the same time, SW Pro will have a little bit of a gap. Geralt is going to scout that there's an early probe, and he's going to hit the second gate. Yeah, this actually shut it down pretty good. There is this little choke right here. Second probe coming in. Oh, Geralt knows what this is. Oh boy, he's got a micro a little bit on here. That's actually a little bit nutsy of a... He's going for the probe first, because if he gets the probe, therein goes the cannon rush. Second probe is going to go down. I guarantee it. That's like basically game. GG is called. Geralt makes a very short series. Well played. Well cheesed. Our noble cheeser SW Pro making up for Probe Scout who couldn't make it, I believe. I'm going to catch 4 Jumi. Yeah, anti-Protoss. We're going to do Forjumi versus Curry. And here we go. Moving on to game, I have the score, and let's go. Spawning in the bottom left corner, 2,000 atmospheres. Representing Berserker Esports, it is Forjumi, the young madman German himself, and his opponent in the upper right, representing Dominicus Esports, it is Curry. Probe Scout, you missed it. I would have loved to see you, not like this. I wanted to see Probe Scout versus Rattata. That would be a crazy match. I mean, honestly, I was excited to see Hero Marine in there too. But Sol, yeah, you guys were saying, no disrespect for Solar, but as you guys know, it was a meme rivalry of me and him. Okay, we have a proxy already coming for Curry. Curry is going for a 2-gate cannon rush potentially. In fact, I'm pretty confident we're going to see that. No, it's going to be a 3-gate. What? Is he going for a full 4-gate or a 3-gate? What is this? Curry, not even 4-gating, no flower build. Just sending this out. But the jig will be up soon when Forjumi scouts this. Forjumi going immediately to block with a pylon. He is potentially getting a forge, maybe? Nope, he's going to get a cyber core and get ready for a shield battery. Forjumi knows what's up. Another pylon going down to the main base of Curry. Forjumi, on the other hand, is going to fight. Ooh, actually, who took the first blow there? Forjumi definitely certainly wins that fight when it comes to probes. This is just 3-gate. Forjumi, honestly, I think could have used a forge. Truth be told, but that probe in the base makes it hard. Zealot taking some serious damage. One Zealot is going to hit the pylon for Jumi's. Oh man, we do have a Stalker coming out. The Stalker's pretty good, but this is 3 Zealots. They are going to chisel away at this pylon. However, I think it's safe to say that realistically, Forjumi's in a good spot. Using the shield battery to buy time on the pylon. He doesn't have enough energy for a shield battery overcharge, or he can heal the cyber core too. That being said, this is a lot of Protoss at the doorstep. That cyber core is going to go down momentarily. The Adept, will it get out? Forjumi really needs to be careful. He is going to have energy eventually for a battery overcharge. However, these Zealots are going to pounce right on the workers. This is going to be a little bit of a micro battle. He needs that 50 energy. It is on its way, but is it going to be enough? Second shield battery comes in. That actually helps quite a bit. The Zealot and the Adept and the Stalker are going to do good work of this. Forjumi holds, gets a Zealot of his own out. He's actually going for something funny over here. I think we're going to end up seeing Warp Gate. He did lose his Cyber Core, so this is a little rough. Oh, the spray! Look at this. Holy shit, guys. Forjumi's going for a Princeton build in the base of SW Pro, who is going all Stalkers. He's going to have to recall, but we're going to see a shield battery in soon. Pretty soon for Forjumi. This is what I love about Jumi. He's got the Zealot. Curry's looking around for potential proxies. But funnily enough, there's Warp Gate coming too. This game is crazy. Yes! This is some high quality cheese met with even more cheese. Oh, the Adept does not scout this. However, there's just too much defensively here. I know it's Adepts. Oh, it's going to be scouted. There are 2 shield batteries, and oh, the Adept is blocking this. Adept shades out, forcing the Stalkers away. Shield battery right here is beautiful for Forjumi. However, there is a defensive shield battery from Curry. Curry is going to look to expand in his natural. Before Jumi has a Void Ray almost out. Curry's such a wild card, but I think Jumi just wins this. I don't know. It's a lot of Stalkers now and one Zealot for Curry, but the Void Ray's already out and doing the work. An immediate recall from Curry. He has a lot of Stalkers. There is one shield battery, another on its way, and a defensive shield battery in the main. Ooh. Oh no, a little bit of an overextension from Jumi. Can he get back in time? He does. A third shield battery on its way. He needs to immediately target fire. Not that. Oh, yeah, actually. I'm not so sure. This Jumi might as well push out. He's going to go kill the proxy. Second Void Ray on the way, but will it finish in time? It does. So many Stalkers are out. Battery overcharge is cast. But Jumi can buy a little time back. Actually, retreating is not a bad idea. He should just cancel these shield batteries, in my opinion. He's going to try going for a War Predator. Oh, the second one finishes, buying a little bit of time. But he can't really crack the shield batteries totally. He's going to throw away 2 Void Rays. Yeah. Oh, killing a Stalker, though. Second shield battery comes. Another Void Ray. Is Jumi doing this? Battery overcharge is on cooldown, and Jumi's army is at the doorstep. It's not a lot, but the 2 Zealots are going to help clean this up a little bit. Killing that Zealot actually is a pretty smart strategic maneuver. He needs to kill the forward shield battery, and yeah, he does. These batteries are out of energy. However, Jumi is doing the work. He's not using those Zealots. The Zealots could have been chiseling away at the Stalkers, but they weren't. So many workers going down for Curry. Curry playing a crazy game. Jumi with a crazy reaction. Like he's an NA player. I mean, honestly, this is almost like NA meets Korea out of Jumi, because we have Curry from Dominicus Esports. This is some high quality StarCraft right here. This, my friends, is why PvP is a great matchup today. Such creativity. Princeton University. Holy shit, let's go. Let's go. Both these guys with such crazy big brain plays, and how it transpired for Jumi on the beautiful defense, but he's done so much work in total. That was 13 workers down for Curry, but he's got 2 Nexi. He doesn't have a lot in terms of production because the pylon went down. Curry trying to reclaim his other 3 gates, but he is not going to be able to produce enough to do this. Yeah, this is not good. That Stalker's really damaged. He only has 2 Stalkers and 1 Warpin potential until a pylon is made. But that's 4 Zealots going into the main base. Oh my god, what a clown fiesta. This game is so crazy. Stalkers running away from the base. Void Ray doing work on Zealots. Zealots doing work on pylons. Shield battery going. It is getting target fired by Jumi. Jumi with more Zealots, more Stalkers, another Void Ray, another Void Ray. I gotta say, I like how Curry played this, though. This is not looking good for Curry. He is gonna surround it. He's fighting to the bitter end, and GG is called. Jumi advances. That was a crazy game. Hey, he gave style points to Dominicus Esports. Curry, well played. Let's take a look at old Bracket Reno. What a spicy series. Flood Advisor, exactly. Man, Jumi advances. Well,
hey Dave, where'd you learn this?
The bracket looks a little scuffed. We got
Princeton
Geralt
University.
versus Vindicta. I want to see that series for sure. Vanya versus Azura. So many of my buddies and really good players. And I say buddies seriously. I love a lot of these guys. Azura I go back with Legion Cup with. Thank you, everybody that showed up. Probe Scout, I'm sorry you couldn't make it. We are going to wait for that. This is some crazy stuff. All right, let's go. All right, looks like we got Ratana versus Azura. Gerald versus Vindicta's going on. Forjumi moves on to fight Young Yaka versus Christianer and Conan. You have to play Clan Wars soon? Oof. I think Young Yakov is still going on for his opponent. Wait, Keen? Who's Keen? Keen beat Christianer? Who's Keen? I'm just checking in on everything. This is some cool stuff. I wonder how Cuckoo did. Cuckoo... Yeah, I didn't realize it's real Keen. Yeah, we're gonna have to work on how we seed these. All right. All right, this is a good one, guys. The score is 1-0. It is Geralt versus Vindicta. We got ourselves a little PVT, TVP, if you will, however you look at it. You were asleep. Happy Stick, what can I tell you? It's 1 in the afternoon. I know I'm looking a little darker right now. I did that for the light earlier because we were here. Anyway, spawning in the bottom left corner of Blackburn LE, representing Psystorm Gaming, it is the Polish Protoss himself, Geralt. And his opponent in the lower right, representing Alpha X, our Red Terran Vindicta. Let's go. Can Vindicta, obviously on the lower side of it in terms of MMR. I think it's still possible. He doesn't like playing against Protoss. And Geralt doesn't like playing against Terran. This should be a good one. Two honorable players. And I think this is good practice for Vindicta. SW Pro. No, man, I love your games. I hope you're sticking around here. Thank you for the raids and stuff lately. You're usually quiet. But I love your games. You have such a cool style. I need to watch you more so I get my cheese in. That was absolutely cool. I'm sorry you got losses. We're going to work on our... We're going to look at changing seeding for this. To maybe follow Aligulac instead of OSC. But I thought your games were fantastic. Like on our end... Yeah, a bit unlucky, but still, very, very cool stuff. Curry also bringing out the cheese. Listen, we might make tournaments sometimes where we base some standings on awards for cheesy play. So Happy Stick, SW Pro, Probe Scout Samuel, Rattata, any of my cheeky player friends. We might actually do that. CC on the low ground from Vindicta. Geralt trying to be annoying and get some vision in. See this, he knows he's not going to get play from this. And I think Vindicta, as much as he doesn't like Protoss, I have a feeling he respects Geralt. I don't see how you wouldn't. SW Pro, I'm a huge fan. So keep that in mind now. Vindicta is... Whoa, I thought he was looking for a gold base. He's looking for proxies. But this is Geralt. He's going to probably play solid macro play, and let's see what we have here. He's going for a Stargate. This is in the meta. But actually just a smart move. You get an Oracle, you get Phoenixes. You're in good shape. Geralt opening with the Adept. I do like this from our Polish Protoss. He's just going for the macro game. First Adept is going to shade out. Vindicta opening, looking like he might go in for Rax. No, he's going, as I say that, the fool that I am. He's going for 3-1-1. With the window memes. Geralt with the Adept across. But please don't beat yourself up. Any of you players, we really appreciate you in. And again, this is going to be a higher dollar tournament because of the Cock and a Walk being canceled this week. Yeah, exactly. SW Pro is a fantastic guy, great player. You're a cheeser. It's what you do, and we love it. It makes the game interesting and fun for those of us scrubs and viewers. I mean, hell, if Florencio is casting, the one day I don't invite Florencio. And we have, like, we start out with cannon rushes and proxies. Oh, man, this is some good stuff. Oracle is scouting this out that it is 3-1-1. I believe he scouted the stuff. Okay, a nice time third base out of Geralt. However, there's going to be a heavy push from... Actually, it's just 3-1. It's going to be Widow Mines, Marine Marauder, and then eventually we're going to see the... Eventually we're going to see the Starport. But I think this is going to be an aggressive push. Actually, I think the Widow Mines might just be for defense for now. But we got that combat shields and stem. There's going to be a +1 timing, which seems like it might be a little delayed because of little Oracle harass. The gas bank's just not quite there. We should see +1 starting now, but usually this would be timed out with +1 right away. Or pretty similarly timed, so it's a little bit different of a push. Stim and combat shields are going to probably finish before he pushes. Vindicta should wait. He's going to wait on the high ground. Beautiful stasis trap from Geralt. Adept shading across. Oh, he is going to find this. He sees the push. The shield battery not quite done. The stasis trap is actually going to be paramount to the success of Geralt. He is getting a Phoenix. Blink is on the way. And it is going to get chrono boosted. I love that decision from Geralt, who does have... He's on his back foot on army, of course. I mean, it's Terran. The Phoenix will actually help a little bit because he's going to be able to pick up some of the Marauders. It's not a high Marauder count. Vindicta is forced into retreat for a little bit. I guess he's waiting for +1 and a bigger force to push with. He does have a starport completing. I think he might go for this push and then a Widowmine drop in the back. That being said, we do have a factory drop in the reactor, so he can move the starport right over for double medevac production. Oh, I love this. We have a Forge and a Templar Archives coming down with charge follow-up. This is a little bit more gateway transition than like Phoenix Colossus. Oh, the scan reveals both stasis wards. And one is set off. Ooh, concussive shell's about to complete with +1. Obviously a little before, but +1's about to finish. This is a scary Terran push. There's no charge. Templar Archives is there. What we need to see... Ooh, beautiful blink from Geralt. He cleans up the Widowmine. He cleans up the Marine. Yeah, we got Widowmines in the center of the map. Actually, very cool style points for Vindicta at the same time. Geralt with the defensive Phoenix. Okay, that's what he's using the Phoenix for, to defend against drops. I love this. A 7-minute 4th base in gold. Also love this from Geralt, but it will be scouted by the Marine. Oracle does die. It did get some very good use, at least. Oh, wait. But I don't know if he saw the stasis ward. Oh, a nice little catch of 5 units. 2 of them Marauders. That's actually big for Geralt. Geralt doesn't... Oh, he does lose his Stalker in that little engagement on the ramp. That being said, we have a 3rd base going down for Vindicta. Kind of a safer 3rd if you think of how the map is laid out. We do have... Oh, that's a fast EMP. I like this. Vindicta going right for Ghost and EMP. That's pretty cool. Though he does only have 1 eBay. So he's going to be a little behind on upgrades. He's going to have 1-1 for infantry, weapons, and armor. But Geralt going for the armor after his +1. So 1-1 for Protoss against 1-1 for Terran. It's a little more favored for Protoss. The Blink Stalkers are going to be scouted. This Widowmine could do it. Is Geralt paying attention to his army? Oh, no. A Stalker goes down, and a lot of damage is dealt. 1 Stalker is already down to low health, but the shields are pretty nullified on 2 others, so that's 3 Stalkers in very rough shape. Okay, what was that? Oh, I didn't see what that was. Okay, a Zealot. Zealot is going to get... Oh, man, these Widowmines are getting some value. That being said, we do have a Widowmine drop going over here, but it's caught out. The Phoenix caught it. It did take hull damage, but it did its job, baited it back, and there goes 2 Widowmines. The medevac does live. However, Terran is going to push into the other side of the map. Storm is available, however, these High Templar don't have the energy. Oh, actually, I say that. I am way off. Zealot trying to get a run by over there. It will probably die again. We have a loaded High Templar Warp Prism. I love this style. The Storm drops. However, this Liberator is going to find some work. Geralt needs to react. He does, losing 3 workers. However, we got Blink Stalkers over there. We got a Protoss force with Stormy Boys and Archons. Liberator is going to go down. However, those Blink Stalkers are also going to go down. Bioforce is going to jump on this, but I don't think that Vindicta knows. Well, he knows where Geralt's army is now. He's going to go back. There's Ghost, though. Ghost with full EMP available with the upgrade. A Viking is going to make this difficult. However, the Warp Prism still lives. Those EMPs did so much damage. There's still 2 Ghosts with a lot of energy. That's a lot of damage potential for Vindicta. Oh, High Templar getting EMP'd. I wish they were made into an Archon. However, the Storms find some damage, cleaning up some of this bio behind. Geralt going in for an aggressive push on the other side of the map with 1 Archon, a bunch of Zealots, and Stalkers. That Widowmine does some damage. And there's a lot of pressure here. Base still stands in the 4th for Geralt. However, army supply actually looking pretty even. Storm drops going down. Beautiful storm drop again. Killing Ghosts and Marauders. Geralt does have to be careful with these Stalkers a little bit, but this is looking very, very good play from both players. 3rd base is denied. Geralt still kept his 4th, though. 32 workers going down. Supply is oddly enough really close. Upgrades pretty close. And yeah, he saves only 2 Stalkers out of that, but there is another Protoss force pushing right out. Liberators are now part of this too. This is where it gets scary. I will say, let's take a look at the upgrades. They're dead even. This game is actually a lot closer than you'd think, except for now there's Disruptors. In terms of tech, they're both doing quite well. However, oh, I love that second Disruptor zoning the army back. And the other trading out some Ghost. I don't know if I like that decision from Vindicta. However, there's so much Terran surrounding this that we're going to probably see some Disruptors go down. However, some of these Marauders and the Ghost were in the way of the Archon. I think this trade, yeah, well, the trades went a little more in favor for Geralt. Vindicta's on his back foot for workers. 3 Marines do survive that. The Disruptor only caught 1 Marine. Another Disruptor, and another Disruptor, and another Disruptor. Not catching anything. Oh yeah, SW Pro definitely is a macro player too, but his cheese games are freaking 500 IQ. Does the Stalker kill the mine? It does. Geralt getting +2 ground weapons. More High Templar and Colossi are coming out after. I like this because, well, oh, this drop is caught, but is there enough? Geralt needs to blink forward and clean some of this up and hope he gets lucky. He does not. He does clean up one of the medevacs. The photon cannon and the battery are going to help a little just to drain some of the energy on these medevacs, which are pretty depleted. Will this Widowmine kill this stuff? Yes, it will. Oh, well, the blink was beautiful. That was actually an excellent reaction from Geralt, who is going to go pressure into the 4th base, which Vindicta was trying to use to catch up on mining from, he just floated over his 3rd. He didn't lose his 3rd, but that's actually a smart play. If you're behind on income, at least go in. That is a huge drop coming in from Terran. Vindicta with the drop in the main base. Geralt with the psych out. Wow, that was like such a psych out of a recall. That was not a lot of army. However, the Blink Stalkers were trying to catch the 2 drops and finding a lot of damage themselves. They will survive. Okay, a blink back. 1 medevac goes down. Vindicta's on his back foot. This supply do not lie. This army is heavily in favor. The supply is heavily in favor of Geralt. Vindicta still playing pretty well, but he's getting 14, 15 workers behind us with a Liberator. Oh, I love that Nova cleaning up a Widowmine. In terms of army, Geralt is up so much. He's retained 63 workers this game. What a scrappy bit of a game. There's not going to be enough Ghosts. Well, actually, there's some for some more EMPs. Disruptor cleans up a Widowmine on the high ground. There's none done there, but that's actually some decent amount of Ghost, which could help this fight. There's just not a lot of army for Vindicta. But that being said, the EMPs are going to potentially keep him in the game a little bit if he can dodge the Disruptors and kind of trade out a bit. Beautiful pickup from Vindicta. The rocks going down for Vindicta also to force it. Oh yeah, he took the bait. Vindicta pushes up the ramp and eats a huge Disruptor, killing some of the Ghosts. But there's those EMPs I talked about. Unfortunately, a lot of the army's done. GG is called, and Geralt advances. Very well played by both players. How you doing, oh sheet son? All right. Oh god, I'm like hella dark. Give me a second here, guys. Jesus Christ. I did that because of sunlight. I'm gonna start doing that more when I'm on there. There we go. A little better now. Turn on my light. All right. Of some really good players. All right. Maybe I don't want too lit up. Geralt versus Rattata. Yeah, oh sheet son, welcome. Jeez. Very well played for Jumi. Also playing really strong. Vindicta, SW Pro, you guys are great. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Let's go.
If you don't walk in stone, you ain't coming home.
All right, guys. 2-minute delay. Marco YOLO, yes. And thanks to Cuckoo, too. All right. You're all just overpopulated him. Yeah, it was you're all playing a style as most of you know that I like. Gateway man. God, I gotta fix my fucking lighting in my house. This is ridiculous. All right. All right, here we go. We got ourselves a series spawning in the bottom right corner of Blackburn. It is Geralt System. And his opponent in the lower left, representing a Good Game Gaming, it is Rattata, a red Zerg. Wow, with the GL. Is Rattata up to any cheekiness? It doesn't look like it yet, but it is Rattata. He could be proxy hatching at any moment. Oh, he's going right for his third. Yeah, he's not going to go right for gold. Well, is he? Yeah, he's going for his third. Rattata taking his third. Just immediately used to it. The Scarlet, if you will. Or the Serral. Usually known for that. Anticipating a pro block. Just kind of like, well, we're just going right for it. We're going to take our third base and call it a day. Where's Gerald's probe? Oh, it's just in the back. Doing a little mineral harass. Being a probe. Being annoying to those patches. And thank you guys for all showing up today. I know we've had a lot of StarCraft. And I know it's just little old me. Of course, we got Chickenman with us. Alright. Let's see. Alright, I bet you we'll see a Stargate opener from Geralt, but then we're gonna go into probably a more traditional ground toss play as we know him, but Geralt can do sky toss sometimes. He's a very honorable Protoss player. I always say going Stargate, skipping the Adept first before the Lings. Well, the slow field zone should help this. Let's see the pathing of these Lings. Yeah, there's no cheeky pathing between the slow fields, so that bought Geralt a little bit of time. The Lings should come. The Adept will be there to greet them. Actually, the Lings are going to scout for anything cheeky, which it's interestingly enough. Or, that's wild. It's only 2 Lings out on the map. Geralt actually trying to scout for the Lings. Is in position. Whoa, that's a little weird. A little strange. Oh, look at that Ling micro from Rattata. There's now a second Adept, which will clean up the other Zergling before a kill. The other one was cleaned up as well. Very cool play from Geralt with the 1 gate first. He's opening with an Oracle. I believe there was a scout. Let's take a look in Rattata's vision. Oh, sorry. Rattata's vision. He did scout the Stargate. Alright. Adepts shading around. I like this play from Geralt. He knows where the natural was taken immediately. Lings and an aggressive form pushing across. There was only 2 Adepts. There's a third one. But that's a lot of Lings. Geralt does not usually like this play style, as many of us don't, as Protoss. Worried about a denied expand at times. However, the Oracle could be paramount to this. Let's see what the follow-up is. Warp Gate is about to complete. Oh, do we get a catch? We don't get a catch. Geralt being extra careful with these Adepts. However, he is going to get a full surround from those Lings. He's getting 2 workers, and that's it. For 2 Adepts, not worth. Double Oracle opener from Geralt. I like this. He is going to try to play it smart and not hide his tech. I believe that was fully hidden from Rattata. He does not know that that's still Oracle. He may anticipate it, but, you know, not exactly a meta play. 2 Adepts and 2 Oracles, however, will find some damage and totally ward off the attack. Geralt does secure his 3rd at a decent time. He's in a good spot. Philo, happy birthday to Philo, by the way, everybody. Philo, I love you, buddy. One day you guys will get me playing a little bit of some games, but everybody knows Dave has to be one of the StarCraft OG representatives, even though I'm absolutely nobody. We got Roddy and Wardy being like the hardest tryhards, and Pig, I'd say, for tournament casting, and of course all the casters otherwise that are newer and up and coming. But it's amazing how they've been holding it down. Pig as well, of course. But amazing job by all our casters as well. And Catabeats. I gotta say, super shout out to Steadfast and Beowulf. And Zombie Grub, honestly, too. Admittedly, I think she had some of the best casting as well. But no disrespect to everybody else. Harston was a goat. Everybody was a goat from how long they would cast. Anyway, let's talk about the players. Let's talk about the game. We got a lot of Adepts, but this is actually going to be double Stargate Fleet Beacon with all these Adepts. Rattata knows the playstyle of Geralt. This is the biggest form of mind games. I love it. He's playing a macro game, but he made it seem like he's going Glaives, which seems like the style with the 2 Oracles. He's actually going into a Fleet Beacon with +1 air, forcing out Roaches. Not so much like a Queen Heavy build, right? This is going to be actually Stargate going right into carriers. It's not 2 base carriers. This is 3 base carriers, but it's only 1 Stargate for the moment. He dropped the other. But with 3 base economy, this isn't that dumb 2 base Stargate play. Oh, Battery's going to keep some probes alive. However, the recall of the Adepts is actually beautiful. Oracle's pushing in more Adepts. Just slow, or not slow, but non-glaive Adepts. Oh, both getting cleaned up as they try to pressure the 2 Oracles, denying any mining from the 4th base of Rattata. That said, there's a bunch of Lings pushing across the map with some Roaches, but the Void Ray is there. Sees it all. Geralt going for the 4th base with all this pressure. It's going to be a minute. He's getting those carriers, but this is a lot of Zerg. The Roaches being the harder component to deal with. He's only got 1 Void Ray, but these Adepts are going to go back to the Shield Battery. Oh, the cancel does happen, but Geralt's going for it. This is actually like a decent time, like a more macro timed 4th base from our Protoss. We do see a Spire. I think Rattata knows what's up. He knows this is Stargate play. So we're going to see Corruptors come out, and that's very unlucky for Geralt. Double Stargate. Do we see another one? We have Forge going with +1 and a Twilight. I think the play is to force the Corruptors. He's going to have the carriers, but he might lose them. The carriers are expensive, mind you. So with double Stargate production, he's not really going heavy on the carrier. He's not even producing out of 2 Stargates. And in fact, he's a little supply blocked at the moment from all the aggression of these Lings, and that little Roach Ling push actually did do a little more damage, I think, than it should have. Void Ray at the center of the map, looking to find some positional move outs. This is a lot of Corruptors though, but there's triple carrier. There's not Void Rays. Carriers against Corruptors in this form are not going to do so well. We do have the Twilight down. We do have ground weapons going down. Do we see that tech switch? That could go in favor of Geralt. Because if you force out enough... Oh my gosh, this is flyer attacks too. Granted, Geralt is going to have the higher ones. It's just kind of how carriers versus Corruptors works. If the Corruptors go out and find the carriers, Geralt might be in a spot where it's okay. Because they have... He's working on +2 air weapons. So they has +1 at the moment. But the number of Corruptors is absolutely insane. Psionic Storm being researched. Oh, where the hell is this Templar Archives again? It is right here. I'm looking right at it as I say that. That is funny. Well, we are not quite at Hive Tech, I do not believe. Yeah, actually, yeah, are we? Oh no, the carriers don't have a battery to go to. Not like this. The Templar Archives is going to get heavily damaged while Storm's researching. And the Nexus. But these Corruptors are going to go back. Geralt is hiding the carriers. He does not want to lose them. The token Void Ray cannot hold this. Prismatic Alignment's not even there. Psionic Storm is saved though. A Juicy Storm could help this, but these carriers are so damn expensive. This is weird. The Corruptor's in a position where Storms are not exactly convenient, but they have the High Templar have energy and do a decent amount of damage, but all the carriers go down. We're looking at some significant losses here. Roaches trying to get in and get a run by, but they're all trapped. I think there's a little bit of missed micro from Rattata, but that doesn't matter. What needs to happen is these Corruptors need to go down. Blink is going down before we get into Corruptor Broodlord. Centrifugal hooks and melee attacks +2 with Carapace coming for our Zerg player. I think this base might just go down for Geralt. That's a lot of Corruptors. There's no Sky Toss. The Stalkers are defending some of this on the high ground. The 4th does go down for Geralt, but he does have a 5th at least. It's not gold. That's a big Lingbane with a little bit of Ravager and some Roaches going there. Oh no! Does Geralt pay attention? He really needs to take out these Banelings. Centrifugal hooks finishes right at the moment. The Bane Bust is coming in that upper left or upper right wall. This is crazy. This is just going to be absolute devastation. Banelings are going to find their way in. Geralt does not have a shield battery, so these Stalkers will actually get some pretty heavy damage to them. Oh, beautiful Psionic Storms, even though it's on some of the army. I don't hate it, but all the High Templar go down. Army looking very heavily in favor of Rattata. These Corruptors are putting in the work. We do have an Archon coming for the Lings. There's not a lot of Roaches. The Ravagers will die to some of this. A cancel is forced from Geralt. We're looking at an extensive amount of workers. Geralt at 87 workers. He probably should stop the probe production. He is completely fine on probes. He's worried about trade outs. But I think this is actually pretty good. Tempest now in the fray. Damn, the Corruptors are still alive. We are going to start seeing Adrenal Glands, and we are probably going to see a Greater Spire as soon as this finishes from our Zerg player. We have more Archons, we have Blink. We got to start seeing Void Ray production after, but these Corruptors, otherwise we need these Corruptors to go to, oh, beautiful Juicy Storms killing most of that Zerg army and severely damaging it. The natural is going to go down. It is pretty mined out, but it's still staying. Tempest going to try to go in and get a few hits on the Corruptors. If he targets the right ones, it's beautiful. The Nexus goes down. But there is some trades in Corruptors, which are very expensive. The Archon count's pretty good, but with Adrenal Glands, more Corruptors, and melee +3, this is a scary Zerg army nonetheless. Zerg army supply a little there, but Geralt's been securing a big army. It's Tempest, Blink Stalker, Archon. This is not anything to just say, oh, this is a Sky Toss army. No, not quite. The sieging of the Tempest is a good component to this. And not really like totally conventional. Okay. So I said that about the overproduced probes. That actually worked out. Geralt down to 74 probes, but he's at a point where that might actually mean some more army supply, but he's lost bases and had to remake them. The trades are absolutely crazy. Losses in kind of even. Honestly, the Protoss usually wants to trade out more. Rattata up a couple bases. If you think about the lost ones, Baneling is going to find connects to only one probe, but doing some damage to the shield battery. And yeah, oh, the Tempest will go on, but beautiful Storms on the Corruptors. Blink Stalkers and Archons doing the work. However, if most of them were there, I think these Corruptors would be cleaned up. This Roach Ravager army cannot be left alone, but these Corruptors also cannot be left alone. Some Stalkers going to try to find some pickoffs and will find one Corruptor and potentially another. Oh, that's 2. And maybe a 3rd if he gets good targets, and in luck, he may be able to ward off some more. 2nd Spire going down. We are heading to that time to potentially Broodlord 30. The Tempest go down easily to Corruptors, but they're going to help fend them off because, you know what? Rattata can't really engage this. He's cleaning up a lot. And this is going to be a lot of lings, though. Rattata playing a very cool style, but I think Geralt's found a way to deal with this, and an interesting way at that. This is mostly like a Blink Stalk or Archon army, and just Tempest to kind of catch the Corruptors off guard. There were so many lings made. A huge ling run by going into the production. There are Zealots warped in. They do have charge. There is a shield battery. Production is mostly saved. These lings are going to go try to catch a base because that's all the workers are down. Geralt down on workers, but again, in terms of income, he's low on minerals. However, he has retained a lot of his army, and he's continually upgrading is why. He's been spending his money. Just a slight gas bank. Rattata starting to bank. He's maxed out, but like they're both on good spots. There is that Broodlord transition that I was talking about. Storms are going to help a bit, but some of those High Templar going down is not good. However, the Corruptor count, not so good. There's only 2 Corruptors. You can't really get Broodlords if you have to make them. And again, Rattata is maxed out. He's not going to be able to get Corruptors to get those Broodlords in. Or morph them. Until we see some trading, which is going to happen right here. It's a lot of Roach Ravager Bane. But look at this creep spread of Rattata. He is all over the map with it. Geralt's been fighting to contain and trade and contain and trade, but he's down to 69 workers. Let's just say nice. Banelings do connect on 1 probe. That cost him 2 Banes, surprisingly. Little bit of a misread. Oh, unlucky storms. High Templars do clean up some of those Banelings, however. But again, we're going to start seeing a transition to like Lings and Corruptors into Broodlords, is my guess. Range attacks, flyer attacks, +2 on the way with more Carapace for our Zerg player. At the same time, Geralt immediately staying on this with his upgrades, getting air upgrades and ground for armor. Okay, these are all fresh creep tumors from that queen. All the creep that was cleaned, it can be remade from those 2 creep tumors if they're not dealt with. Beautiful warding back of the Protoss army from those corrosive biles, but there is a decent amount of air where it should be a little respected. It's just Tempest, and it's not a scary amount of Tempest. We do have carriers coming behind us. We have Corruptors, but I think those Corruptors are just going to go into Broodlords, and the carriers could be that plot twist that just seals the deal for Geralt, who's now, honestly, I think his economy is a little better in terms of how it's been trading now. If we look at the losses, I'm right. It is about almost a 10,000 supply lead, or 10,000 resource lead in terms of kills. Geralt trying to get an observer so we can deal with this creep spread. Oh, but Geralt trying to take a base in his southwest. It is going to be canceled. So he doesn't lose. It's a lot in terms of all the cancellations, but realistically, it's better than losing it. Observer is out. Creep is going to be starting to be cleaned up here. All that beautiful creep spread is going to be starting to be chiseled away. So Geralt is going to have map superiority. We are going to see a 12 o'clock base attempting to be taken from Rattata. However, the Lings are moving in and getting cleaned up as they try to pounce on the gold base. The shield battery saves the day from the probes. Meanwhile, there is a huge Zerg Inquisition forcing yet another cancel. Oh, definitely for Geralt. See, this is Sky Toss, but it's not. It wasn't really truly Sky Toss. We saw Geralt lose all of his carriers, those Corruptors. It was a great read from Rattata, but these Tempests are going to help out a lot. Corruptors are going to jump out. Oh, the slow fields are going to make those Tempests vulnerable. Those are the things that are going to help against all this. The carriers are going to help against the Broodlords, but the Corruptors need to go down. Another beautiful Psionic Storm. Broodlings are getting shot down on the High Templar. Beautiful target fire from Rattata. Photon Cannons starting to finish, but Banelings and Broodlings are going to help this. They are all cleaned up by this massive Protoss army. Geralt now completely maxed. Flyer attacks plus 3 and Flyer Carapace going down for Rattata. However, a lot of this army is getting dealt with. The Stalkers on top of the Broodlords, the Archons killing the Broodlings, and the Tempest helping to fight the Corruptors. Tempest and Carriers, I should say. That was a beautiful engagement for Geralt. This is looking closer and closer. There is a top base. This game is far from over. Banelings fighting into Archons. I don't like it, except for those Archons need to be dealt with as a big component to this army to kill Corruptors. More Corruptors going down for reinforcements. Spore Crawler going down. This is looking very rough for our Zerg player. Oh man, sorry. Alright, we do have some corrosive vials going down on the Tempest. And while Corruptor's getting cleaned up, some serious damage being dealt, and Immortal going down. Actually, the supplies kind of trading out pretty crazily. High Templar being morphed in. Yeah, it's actually a little tougher to say. Geralt now with the army supply lead, but man, this is so late game, and I don't know. I don't think we're gonna see there's not really the economy for Broodlords. Rattata down on workers, Geralt on 71. Man, GG is called. Geralt takes the first game of this series. Very well played. Very good stuff. That was a little bit of a banger. Really interesting build out of Geralt. I thought he was in a lot of trouble. Truthfully, he lost those 3 carriers with that 1 Stargate production, even though he had more, and just a strange game. Ultimately, with a not so Sky Toss army. It was minimal air units, a lot of Blink Stalker. Thanks for following Turnus. Appreciate you. We are all the closer to 2,000 followers. Very greatly appreciated. All right, here we are, folks. And we are moving on to game number 2. Spawning in the upper right. Representing Psystorm Gaming, it is Geralt. Did we lose music? We did. And his opponent in the lower left, representing Good Game Gaming, it is Rattata. All right, we do see a low ground pylon going down for Geralt. Our Polish Protoss. Let's see, huh? Geralt going, trying to get a block. Actually, Rattata just took the 3rd. He's just scouting it out. We got that early start here. All right. And welcome, chat. Thank you again for the follow. Turns us. Happy birthday to Philo G, my buddy. And good to see all of you, chat. Nothing out of the norm. We got our 20 Nexus, 20 core for Geralt. On the Protoss side of things. At the same time, same thing with Rattata. I believe you're gonna head out. Good to see you, Oshit son. Thank you for hanging out. Alrighty. Pylon going down below. And we do have full scout from Geralt. He's pretty well aware that Rattata is going to take his natural, but just in case of anything cheeky, he wants to see what exactly is going down. The 3 drones, 1 not going down immediately for it. The Lings are going to chase the probe. Is Geralt paying attention? Yes, he is. He is not going to... He's going to try not to lose it, but I think he might. Actually, yeah, this probe is going to go down eventually. Shields will not regen. There's going to be too many choke points. It goes right down. The probe does not return home. Geralt trying to scout around, but the Adept poking in here, maybe trying to find some damage in the 3rd, which is the natural at the moment. So, we will see. Again, a Stargate opener from Geralt, which could mean anything. It's Geralt after all. Man of very cool builds. Tight execution and honor. Oh my god, that is so big brain. Geralt finding damage from the high ground to the drones. The Lings aren't reacting. The Queen is going to try to do this, but you know what? You know what? Geralt is going to shade on out of there. Damages some drones, but that was a really cool play. Double Adept harass. Trying to find the Queens out of position. Is he going to go in for more, or is he going to go right into the main? A second Queen's going to pop. That is unlucky timing, because one of those Adepts is pretty damaged, but he's going to find some value out of these 2 Adepts for sure. One of the Adepts about to go down. It is going to go down. Ooh, a little bit of miss micro. Yeah, he's going to lose one of them. He almost had a chance to actually save both Adepts, which would have been pretty remarkable. And we do have an Oracle opener from... Oh, actually, it's a Void Ray, then Oracle. This might actually be Stargate. Funnily enough, Geralt changing it up a little. But he has such cool plays. Okay, he's going to try to secure a 3rd. The Adepts are completely surrounded. The Void Ray's helping. These are some damaged Lings, though. The Void Ray should be able to hold and secure down the 3rd base on Triangle. What is cool, though, is in this position... He has forced an expansion down to the natural, so the Triangle 3rd does push up for a Queen Walk, but on this map, it's it could go either way, because you're wanting to hit that 3rd and deny it. So, very strategic play from Geralt from the get, with the forced 3rd base as a natural from Rattata. Void Ray is going to get some vision out. Queen's chasing it down. Right now we are looking at a supply of 66 to 62 in total, with 45 to 43 workers on even play. Both players doing pretty well. Geralt being annoying with that Void Ray, and potentially with the Oracle. Oh, the Void Ray is going to go walk right into 2 Queens, but it is going to back away. There's 4 defending the 3rd base. Oracle is going to go in a point of least defense, but it's going to walk right into a Spore. Geralt actually had a good opportunity to maybe chisel off some workers on the right side and then to get a rev tag, but unfortunately not. Oh, that is a move command of the Adepts. The Adepts are scouted. Oh, no, they're not. The Stalker's right there. Adept on the side, going to try to find some value with some more Adepts. I'm not really sure where we're at here. We got the Twilight Council, we got the Forge. We might see that Glaive Adept kind of play style with +1. We may just go into Blink Stalkers. Dark Shrine is dropped from Geralt. Rattata taking a 4th base on 9 o'clock. This is really cool. Again, proving me right. Geralt, not so much a Sky Toss player. Playing a really cool style here. Going into a Dark Shrine behind this. I love this Adept split, too. There's a lot of Lings and Banes, however. These Adepts are going to go down, but can he find some damage? Lings pop, unfortunately, for Geralt right here, but he is going to find 8 workers. 9 workers. Not so great for 4 Adepts, but you know something? The drone damage is good. There's been a lot of harass. There's been a lot of scouting, and I almost guarantee you Rattata is not expecting Dark Templar. So he has the potential to make Archons from this, which is nice. There's no shield battery, however, and a really big Bane Bust potential. Going in toward the third, there is a 4th base drop for Geralt at 7 minutes. The Oracle is going to help this. However, the Cyber Core is really damaged, and that's a lot of Lings. Oracle trying to ward off the Lings. Nothing in Scout of the Banes other than this one Adept. Can Geralt react in time? The Stalkers are out of position. Actually, beautiful save. 8 drones going down behind us because there's more Adept harass. This is a lot of Adept harass going down. 13 drones went down. Very, very excellent, solid play from our Protoss player. Holy crap, and the kills kept going. Those Adepts putting on the work. We did have resonating glaives. I totally missed that. So here it is, that Blink Stalker charge lock transition. Are we going to see DTs out there? Oh, we are. Dark Templar trying to make their way across this. There is one Queen in position. That Spore's a little damaged, funnily enough, from the Adept harass. There's a ton of Lings retreating to the other side, and these are Speedlings with melee attacks. DT's probably not going to be able to do too much, but I think Geralt's just waiting for Rattata to take his 5th base on location. Well, it's on location. He's not a Terran. Oh, Overseer's here. The DTs are scouted. Look at the amazing skill level of these guys. They know right what's up. The DTs are going to morph into Archons. Well, 2 of them are because they were surrounded, and the Archon survives. Going to the 3rd base of Geralt. Archons are kind of what I'd like to see out of them right now. We got Blink Stalker Tech. We got Storm. Do we have a Robo? We do not have a Robo. He's going more into that Archon kind of play style, but when you're going against Roaches and Speedlings and Banes, you really need that Robo Tech. I'd like to see Geralt make that transition, get the tech switch, at least drop a Robo so he's a little closer to be able to take out those massive Roach Ravager Ling Bane armies for some disruptors. However, this is such a Ling-heavy army, and Archons tank Baneling so well with the shield battery. Do we see a... Yeah, we do have a shield battery in the natural now. We do have some static defense on the 3rd. 4th base also getting some static, and a lovely stasis ward right on the choke. This army's going to be scouted. The Stalkers are surrounded, but he does get a decent blink, but the Stalkers took so much damage. Beautiful stasis trap. Captures so many of these Zerglings. Okay, Banelings are choking up. Not like this. Probably a little bit of questionable micro from Rattata. He's losing Banes. He only has a few left. However, these High Templar are going to be surrounded potentially by the Lings. Oh, look at the force fields, and these Lings should be, well, pretty well cleaned up, or at least defended. But that blink forward was a little unlucky. One of the Stalkers going down, and one in the front is going. But that is actually beautiful defense from Geralt. Playing a style of honor, as I call it. Oh, no, these Lings are getting great surrounds, but the Storms doing more damage to his opponent than himself. Luckily, 4 workers only going down. Well, actually, 8, 14. A huge Bane Bust in the 3rd. Almost absolutely killing it, but that base is totally killed. Only 2 probes survive. Well, actually, he did a pull in between that. So much going on. Meanwhile, we do have 5 base saturation from, well, almost 5 base saturation from Rattata. He's on 83 workers with a 98 army supply to 76, 61 on a 4 base Protoss, but Geralt is in a great shape. Upgrades, +2 melee and against +1 ground weapons for Protoss. Okay, this is a lot of Lings. These Lings are actually doing so much work this game. Killing pylons, getting damaged. The Bane Bust was absolutely beautiful from Rattata. Geralt mounting his defense mostly to the right, but you know what? I don't hate it. This is where the meat and potatoes of the army is. We're going to see Overseers. We're going to see a Roach Ravager Ling push here, but there's so many damn Lings going in, and another Bane Bust. Only killing 3, denying some static. Geralt's got the wall here, though. He's got a lot of High Templar. Again, we see the Robo now. I like this. Geralt trying to secure a 5th, but there's a Ling right there. Rattata's doing a great job of multi-prong harass now. On the other side, Geralt doing as good as he can on defense, but man, there were so many good Bane connects and Ling run-bys. Can Geralt defend this? He doesn't have anything in his 3rd again. He keeps leaving his 3rd exposed. Oh, wait, but that's a lot. That was a poor decision from Rattata. He is going to lose a lot of those Banes, but that was just a ruse. He was trying to get this army over here. Geralt's, wouldn't say he's dead slipped yet. He has mounted such a good defense. Losing his third was fine. He's got the worker count. Both players on pretty similar economy. Geralt with that 5th base is going to be good as long as he can keep it up, and he's even walling off. This is just very defensive play. Some mistakes were made, of course, but almost a stats-like kind of defensive play style out of Geralt overall. The force fields. Oh, no. He's going to get caught out of position in the 4th base. 5th base is getting pounced on, but those storms are so good. Oh, cleaning up a lot of the Banes. 10 workers going down, however, and these roaches are getting the work in. These 2 photon cannons helping out a lot. Archon can heal on the shield battery, so he could possibly just clean this up. 3 roaches right there. It'd be funny if they hit the stasis board. 6 base going down for Rattata. He is saturating it. They're both about even on workers. Geralt actually starting to get to a scary point of upgrades, however. Ranged attacks going down for Rattata, but he's a little behind. He's not able to get him right now. We're going into the carrier transition. That late game kind of army switch. Beautiful stasis ward from Geralt. And will the Blink Stalker going? Nope. 3 Lings making their way in. Finding some damage in the natural. Because guess what? There's bigger armies going on. Geralt's not paying attention. There's nothing there to defend these Archons morphing. Again, this is actually not really like the style I usually see Geralt do. He's not going into Blink Stalker Disruptor. This is like Archons and Stalkers, and Lings are just doing the work in the main. I'd like to see a defensive DT morphing in, but he's been spending his money on carriers and stuff, so he didn't even have the money for it. Zealots are okay, but, you know, 22 workers going down for Geralt. He's still not in a bad spot. Look at this wall over here, though. The entire Zerg force is essentially just pushing right in here for a massive Bane bust with some Roach Ravager behind it and a Speedling flood. Geralt has no idea this is going on, but he's going to go try to find some pressure himself with a huge, huge Zealot run by. Well, this is a War Prism loaded with High Templar for Stormy Boy drops. This Bane bust, however, is going to do so much. No, the High Templar don't have Storm yet. There was no Storm. They just didn't have the energy. The wall still barely holding, getting some damage on the Lings. 18 workers going down for Geralt. He needs to get a good set of damage here and hold. Army supply 114 to 115. What a scrappy game. Spire going down for Zerg. But at the same time, what is going on back here? Where'd those carriers go? Just 1 token carrier. That's it. Because of the defense that needed to happen. Geralt now is insanely down on workers. His economy's not looking too good. And he's lost so much static defense. This is a ton of Lings. Archon out of front. Losing those High Templar. Like, if that Storm was there, that could have been an absolute... more than defense. That would have just traded so well. But now we're going into Corruptor 30. Yeah, Geralt's not able to produce literally anything at the moment. He's now just getting in some High Templars again. But the fear for me would be Broodlord tech switch earlier. Man, this is a scrappy game. I think Geralt is on his back foot a little bit this game. He lost so much mining time, so much economy. He was keeping up pretty well. He didn't make that robo transition. How you doing, GW?
Hey, who wants to have some fun?
Hey, thank you for the raid, Brandon. Guys, make sure you give Brandon a follow. VTube caster. Thank you so much for the raid. We are on the Chickenman Testa Open number 10. Welcome, welcome, guys. Somebody give him a shout out. Oh, man. I hope you had a good stream. Alright, we do have pretty sizable force. The Corruptors are just going to absolutely shit on this one carrier. Ooh, nice little storms in the center of the map. Geralt's kind of split apart, but he does have this massive force pushing in to the 6th base of Rattata. He has a lot of storms available, but he has to use them wisely. Carrier's actually helping this a little bit. This is kind of nice for Geralt, actually. If he can just trade out this army, the carriers, or the corruptors, are absolutely useless for the moment and can't fight into a wall of... Oh, look at a little stasis trap. Not catching the most. Storms landed on the corruptors, warding them back. And Geralt is going to try to mount the defense of this base. The Lings are going to be surrounded. Archons putting some decent damage on the Lings for a potential run-by. They are going to get across. However, after this is going to be a little bit of a problem. Lings are going to finish. Oh, they're just going to get cleaned right up by the Archons. Not the best storm to write home about. However, the Lings are making a run-by into the natural. We do have a Zealot Warping, and more carriers are producing. I think the Lings are going to jump to try to deny production from Protoss, but there's some beautiful Biles going down. Corruptors going down. Geralt knows what's up. He doesn't want to lose carriers, and he also doesn't want to have to face a huge Broodlord army. However, these players have been forced to spend their money so much. The trades have been so crazy. Dark Templar defensively holding. Corruptors going to pee on a base. The fourth base of Rattata does go down. Just thinking in terms of the time it's taken. However, Geralt's fifth base does go down as well. Actually, that was his fourth in order how he took it.
Giddy up.
Hey, a pleasure to meet you too. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow. California Buds. Nice name. This can be a 420 friendly stream. Alright. We take everybody here. Alright. This is a decent amount of Corruptors. However, they're all going to get shot down. This is a lot of Stalkers and Archons. So many of the Corruptors are going to trade out. Rattata now looking on his back foot. Gerald with the supply lead. There's only 49 workers for Zerg. That aggression on those two bases from our Protoss player was pretty good. But can these Biles get some good damage? That's so many Ravagers. And Banelings are about to pop. But we do have a lot of Storms available for Geralt. The Storm style. Like, literally, this is a very interesting game. Stargate opener, just into Storm. He's not going into Sky Toss. He has a few carriers. And I think the goal was to get some damage, try to keep him alive. And just a few can even do a lot of work. But it was really to bait into Storm Archon style. It's mostly been like a Blink Stalker, Archon, High Templar. Really weird game with just a few Stargate units at any time. Oh man, Geralt may just do it right here. GG is called. Geralt progresses. Very well played by both. Welcome. And also... good to see you, Brandon. Oh, man. We're going to go back to NA. I'm going to check in with Chickenman. And, guys, make sure you follow Brandon. Thank you for the raid again. We're going back to the NA servers. Let's see how the bracket is looking. And guys, we will take a look here. Z bracket. Well, it looks like that was the winner of the semifinals. Keen and Forjumi are going on in EU. Excellent job. Well played, Rattata. Congrats, Geralt. He is moving on to the finals. All right, guys, I'm going to take a short break. I need to check in with Chickenman. Guys, Chickenman is co-caster. We're going to be going together. Let's take a look at what Chickenman's got going on, what he's covering. He has got Keen versus Forjumi, and Keen is up 1. Keen is such a strong player. Ina Terran. This could go either way. It's the real Keen. Guys, give me just a minute. I will be right back. We're here. We have the finals. All right, I'm gonna get together with Chicken Man. Chicken Man.
Mr. Dave Testa.
How are you doing this morning? You had to get up early for this.
No, bro, I told you I was watching Katowice.
Oh, you
reset my sleep schedule entirely to watch Katowice this whole week
Oh, that's awesome.
because it's like 12 hours a day. So I woke up at like, I don't even know what time yesterday, honestly. I need to go to sleep soon.
No, I bet. I actually was exhausted because 14-hour stream Friday, did whatever yesterday, watched Katowice. I did do a bunch of stream yesterday, and then I had a lot of drinking the day, Thursday and Friday, and then I did ESL Asia last night.
I like completely slept through ESL Asia.
Hey, I wouldn't feel bad.
I didn't even think about it because my schedule is so backwards. I didn't even realize it was like Saturday, you know?
Yeah.
Just was like completely gone. I thought about it this morning. I was like, oh, it's Sunday morning now. I missed ESL Asia. I just like completely lost track of time.
Well, hey man,
But there's no way I could have cast it. So
yeah, well, you got to catch the semis and finals, so which were all hype. I kind of sped through them. Yeah.
Super sick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got ourselves a finals here. Cool, man. Thanks for staying up for this though, too. I didn't expect that though. I was like, oh yeah, you're like, yeah. I had a feeling you were skipping the Open Cup Asia, but it was Steadfast and that was it.
If I had like thought about it a day in advance, I would have. I was completely. I don't know. This whole week I felt super weird. I reset my schedule and like just didn't get enough sleep, and then I think I kind of just made myself sick. Just like
Yeah, you got
super
it,
fit.
dude. Yeah, I've been in the same boat. That you got to take care of yourself, man. So like that's yeah.
So I ended up sleeping for like I slept for like 12 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was awake for maybe 8, and I slept for another 12. I
Feel,
was just so tired.
feeling a little better now.
Yeah, I'm feeling more human now, which is
Very
good.
good. Hell yeah. All right, these guys doing the vetoes. Now, honestly, I know of Keen, but I don't know him that well. I just know he's a monster.
Keen was one of my all-time favorite players back in the day. Back in
Hmm.
like 2012, 2013 times, man. Keen was the guy. He was like Nada's protege, and Nada was one of those heroes of Brood War, one of the Bonjois of Brood War that played in the early days of StarCraft 2. So I was always a big fan of Nada and kind of by proxy Keen, and Keen would always get to like round of 16, round of 8 GSL, but never really got too much further than that. But he always had a lot of style, a lot of flair. There's a classic, one of the all-time greatest StarCraft gifs is Keen with the pointing at the screen and clapping. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, that's good.
He's the man.
That's good shit. Uh, I have some news to relay because usually it's like talk on stream or whatever. You know, I now get it from working with you a bit and actually seeing with Steadfast. I'm like, man, I get bad reads on Steadfast sometimes. He's literally like, yeah, Keen's not responding. Keen. Uh, he literally meant he literally meant he meant what he said. He's like, Dave, it's just easier to talk to me on stream. But I'm like, well, what if it's something that's like, you know, it's like a us thing. We're working something out. He's like, no, it's just easier to talk to me on stream. And he meant it, you know.
Who said that?
Steadfast.
Oh.
I was just
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like, yeah, I think he has his whole schedule just when he's not streaming, he's not streaming. You know what I mean? Like he's not.
He's not thinking about it. Yeah.
But I think it might
Well,
have been
he's
because
he's
he's been
still
working on Katowice too.
he's
Honestly,
yeah, yeah. He's still working too, right? He has like a job.
yeah, he changes oil.
I don't know
He's
how
a
the hell
little
he does
bit.
that, man.
Yeah, he's
I don't know
good.
how he does that.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm already over here almost getting fired, you know, because
Right?
of too much StarCraft. You're doing everything you can to constantly be streaming and doing all you got going on otherwise, too. It's just, I gotta ask you,
I
Chicken
don't
Man, you said do you have to, like, do you have to go to, like, is your studio in, like, somebody else's place, or you, like, rent it, or what's going on there? Because you were saying, I never realized that, but you're like, your
it's
sleep
it's
stream.
just a building that's I mean, it's not just a building, but there's a lot of buildings in this town right now that for the last few years have been pretty much completely abandoned. And like the people who used to own them didn't take care of them, so I am allowed to be using it, but basically just kind of using it because nobody else wants to right now. So I'm just in this completely empty building.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't have a functional bathroom and doesn't have. It's got like a sink and I have a mini fridge. That's what I got in my computer. That's it. That's all it is.
Wow, that's interesting. That's cool, though, in a way, but, you know,
Well, it sucks.
it
It
sucks.
sucks because I have to like travel in and travel out. So I have to plan my day pretty specifically, and I don't have like a
Yeah, we gotta get you moved.
here
We gotta get you moved.
or. Yeah, I'm working on it, bud. I'm working on it. We'll get there. Hopefully. I'm waiting for
Imagine,
the email
Zerg.
where they're like, "Hey, you've been approved for this apartment," and I can be like, "All right, thank you. I'm leaving. Buying plane tickets
Yep.
one day."
Well, hey, man. If and when you have some time, I'm gonna be starting this week. I'm gonna be putting some work on the podcast. I may have overextended to how many people I've reached out to on this, but I want you to be a big part of it when you can, and if you can. You know what I'm saying?
About what?
The podcast YouTube thing,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and we'll work out how that, like, you know what I'm saying. We'll work it out. Anyway, we got a finals, best of 5.
We do have a best of 5 finals here. It's going to be a banger.
Do you want to do the honors, or are you looking forward to your dude of old?
It's all you, bud. You
All
get
right.
him.
Spawning in the bottom right corner, the GOAT of the Chickenman Testa series, mostly, I would say. Representing Psystorm Gaming, it is Geralt.
Good old Jerry. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner, the Red Terran player. Representing the Freaks, he is Keen.
All right. Now, as you know, and as I was watching, Forjumi didn't play too bad when I was watching his game while we were waiting. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. Keen is definitely a bit of a monster.
Yeah, Keen is, I mean, he's an OG, right? In
Yeah.
fact, I literally think he was on OGS. I'm almost positive he was, because I think that was not his team. So he was on the team called Old Generations. He's an OG. He's been around a very long time. He very well may have played in the first GSL. And we've seen recently a lot of those old school Terrans doing quite well. Both Dream and Ryung are players from back in the day that, you know, went to do their military service, took years off, and are now back in fantastic form as of this Katowice. And I feel like I would love to see Keen get back up to that kind of level as well, right? He was a permanent fixture of the GSL for like 6 years. So I'd love to see him get back to that kind of GSL level of Terran play.
Oh,
He's not quite there yet, but he is quite strong and was certainly a match for Christianer, Young Yakov, and for Jumi.
Yeah.
Taking them all down.
All monster players. Yeah, that's awesome. And as you know, I'm always rooting for the OGs. I was on that team Ryung as we lost Hero for a bit there in Katowice. But so we got a little cheeky bunker. Always a smart play, but
Keen's been doing this. I'm surprised he actually doesn't have a second SCV coming down here, because that's what he was doing to Christianer and for Jumi. But this bunker, obviously, very annoying. Although, I think it can be hit from the high ground, which is a bit of a mistake. But you know what? The SCV can.
Well, that's
So
like...
actually,
that's so five-head of him, because realistically, the Stalker, like, it does force the Stalker, but at the same time, like, the Stalker has the high ground, but it prevents the SCV from being hit when it was being constructed.
oh my god. And now he's hitting the shield battery, which is actually going to die. Gerald's going to put down a new one.
Yeah, that's
He's gonna lose his
crazy.
battery.
I don't think I've ever seen that, Chicken Man. Like, seriously. It's one of those little things, like, that's actually... That's pretty cool.
This is really nice damage.
Oh,
my
Geralt's
God.
gonna lose
The
his
Reaper
Stalker!
grenade. Oh, that second Reaper grenade actually hurting Keen more than helping him. He's
Yeah.
gonna dive back into the bunker. The shield battery should keep this Stalker healed up. If these Reapers decide to hop up to the high ground, they will kill this Stalker.
Wow.
They're gonna run away. They're gonna run away.
Oh, almost gets a kill. Geralt almost gets the bunker for free. I love this Geralt with the
Yeah.
proxy Stargate, but there was that Widow Mine. I think the Widow Mine was scouted with the Pro, but I could be wrong. While that was going
Well,
on.
there's 3 Widow Mines. Keen's about to go for a drop, actually. This could be beautiful for Geralt, as if he goes in there with the...
Wait.
Oracle- Oh, no.
Funnily enough-
to spot it, though.
But it doesn't matter.
Oh,
That's beautiful for... I still think that's in favor of Geralt, because that's a Widow Mine drop. They can't hurt buildings, and the Oracle
You know
is going to
what?
go in uncontested.
Yeah, there's only a couple Marines here. I assumed that Keen was going to turn around immediately and try to boost home and get these Widow Mines back to defend, but he's just like, nah, you can kill some workers. I'm going to go kill some workers. Only 3 SCVs go down. I always forget. I'm always like, oh, Oracle's going to get in. Oracles are so bad against SCVs because it takes 3 ticks of damage to kill them. So where you'd normally expect to see like 4 or 5 workers go down, they're only going to get 2 or 3. Just
Well, look at this
same amount of time.
big brain
Keen
play.
gets 3 worker kills.
This is like some Beyond play right here, but like crazier. Almost Gumiho. We got the Reapers pushing in the natural with
Oh,
that
man.
Widowmine drop. That's insane.
Yeah, I love it. And he's actually going to get this medevac out of here, at least temporarily, but the Phoenix was lifting that mine in the main base. So it's very far away. So if Keen boosts home, I feel like he should be able to get out of here. But as I say that, the Phoenix is going to find the medevac. And I think we're going to see Widowmine's probably not be too long for this world. He's going to try to go back in and at least be annoying with them.
Yeah, the thing is,
that is about it.
the only downside is this is a time where a Stargate at home, like Geralt would normally do it, would be very beneficial, I'd say, because he could use some Phoenixes. Like, Phoenixes would just shut this right down, that push with the Cyclone, etc.
I gotta say, this feels like Keen turned on another drive in the finals here, because he looked good against Christianer. He looked good against Young Yakov. He looked good against Forjumi. Don't get me wrong. He did not look this good. This is really impressive play. The Reaper's going back into the main, getting a bunch of kills. The Widowmine's making sure to drop off, getting into good spots. The way that he's handled this game so far has been beautiful from Keen.
Yeah. Now, sorry, also I want to say, I want the free yeehaws, though, Marco YOLO. Shigamer is trying to use the Chickenman command. None of my commands are working. I apologize, chat, but we didn't think about that one, though. Unfortunately, it's the quintessential Chickenman shout-out if I'm going to have a sound command, but people are trying to scam you and get free yeehaws.
They're trying to scam. Well, it's not a real yeehaw. It's a recorded yeehaw.
Yeah,
a real
exactly.
one is live. Don't worry, I owe Shy Gamer a yeehaw anyways, so I'll get you one over the comms. Your chat will get a yeehaw.
Nice.
But Keen's pushing in here. There's an overcharged shield battery. That only lasts for so long. This push is doing quite a bit already. A couple stalkers go down. The Oracle and the Phoenix get targeted immediately in this tank. Standing strong. The Viking gonna land as well. Geralt's got basically no units left, and I think Keen's about to win this game, because I don't know how Geralt breaks this. Charge is still like 2 minutes away, and there are more units rallied across the map for Keen, who did not go for a third CC until just now. He's gonna blink forward, but there's more bio down there. The tank gets taken
God,
out,
Geralt has lost this, I think. This is it. There's no production.
All the stalkers are dead. Look at that army supply, 38-8. I don't know about you, my math isn't great, but I think one of those is a bigger number than the other one, and I think it's Keen who's got the bigger one.
It is very... Yeah, there's a third CC going down behind this, too. Keen is a monster. I can totally see it, Chickenman. As embarrassed as I am that I'm not totally up on it, I think I'm pretty well versed in most of the players at this point, but, like, for missing the lapse in time that I did in the pro scene. But, man, this guy is a monster. Like, GG.
He's old school, man. He's got those Korean Terran mechanics, you know? Those never go away.
Exactly.
And Alba, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Thank you for using your Prime subscription on this channel. And that's just a lesson to everybody else out there. If you have Amazon Prime, don't forget to connect your Amazon account with your Twitch account. And then for free, every month, you can sub to any channel on Twitch. It could be my channel, it could be Dave's channel. You could go sub to anybody. You could go sub to somebody who's going to lick an ear and make some ASMR sounds. Or you could use it and just absolutely waste it and sub to like Destiny or something. I don't know. It's up to you. But just make sure to use it, because it takes money away from Amazon, and that's better for everybody.
Exactly. It does maximize your
Now, before we get
Amazon
into
Prime
game
stuff.
number 2 here, this one's for Shy Gamer and for everybody in your chat. I'll try not to peek the microphone, but no problem. No promises.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that went through.
It's funny, noise suppression on Discord apparently is pretty good.
Apparently.
Like, that's
Yeah.
really good.
Well,
But hell,
game number 2, spawning in the lower left-hand corner, 2,000 atmospheres. We got ourselves a Psystorm Gaming Protoss in the blue. Geralt.
And his opponent in the upper right. He's not Commander Keen. A very good game. He's a Red Terran player named Keen. With the amazing Korean playstyle. Like, that was actually really cool. That's the kind of shit I would have liked to see. It reminds me of, like, granted, like, specials from around that time. But that's the kind of stuff we sort of see at a special. But, like, that build, I would have loved to see Special do that in Katowice when I was watching his games the other day. Like, that's kind of, like, up his alley. This is a guy that I think would work really well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see those two being pretty good, like, practice partners.
Certainly. I wouldn't be surprised if they were, because they're both from, like you said, you know, Special's been around in Korea for a very long time, practicing with a lot of the top Korean Terrans for years and years. So I wouldn't be too shocked if Keen was one of those players. And I believe Special is back in Korea. He was out of Korea for a while, but
yeah,
he's made his way back over there. It was only a matter of time.
For sure.
At this point, I consider Special a Korean Terran.
Absolutely. And Shigamer, if you want to try using an exclamation mark Yeehaw or exclamation mark Seaman or whatever one, Chickenman, see if it works. I relaunched the bot in between.
So I've been having some issues today. I don't know if this is related to your bot at all, or if they're having similar issues, but I think my browser sources maybe are having some issues, because my alerts were having trouble, and I have like a chat on screen thing that was resetting like every time I change scenes, which is it's not supposed to do.
Yeah, there's
I don't know.
They had a patch for the last OBS update.
Yeah, I think the OBS update, the big OBS update, broke some stuff.
They had a patch for it too, but then
yeah.
I still feel I was having issues where I think I was with you even, or we were doing ESL and I mentioned it. My OBS literally crashed, but I still actually am having some. When I go to settings, if I'm streaming, no matter what, it's only when I'm streaming, it'll lock up OBS. I'll still be live, but literally it's like not responding, and it takes like 3 to 5 minutes for it to respond. So if I'm trying to end a delay, yeah,
that's brutal. That is very painful. Yeah, I didn't really have issues before this last patch, so it was like the patch that was supposed to fix things.
Yeah,
unfortunately seems to have broken things for me.
Yeah, I've had some stuff too on the patch to fix the patch.
It's a bit unfortunate. Just like this is unfortunate for Keen, as these few units from Geralt are causing some problems. Looks like he'll be able to get the bunker up, but that's 3 SCVs and how many Marines? 4 Marines?
Yeah,
just for some micro from Geralt. That is really nice.
That was very good micro from Geralt. And again, with wait, what is this? It is a Praxis Stargate again.
Yeah, with the Oracle. Gonna come in, and there's not really much defense. Obviously, this is a 3 racks from Keen, so there are Marines in the base, but yeah, this could be really nice for Geralt. Oh, we're gonna help down on the low ground. You know what? That didn't go nearly as well as I expected it to. Again, I feel like those tanky SCVs making it seem like it's going to be so good, but a few of them are just chilling at low hit point. There's enough Marines here, good bunker micro from Keen, and only 2 SCVs go down, but it's still 6 Marines and 5 SCVs for 2 Adepts. Still a great opening for Geralt, I would say.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. It was still pretty good. Trades, still losing. Yeah, that's actually very good. Funnily enough, Chickenman, as this was going on, apparently the bot works as I relaunched it, because you're midway commentating and it's funny, and we not only get you talking, but we also get a yeehaw at the same time.
I have the ability to do both. I can yeehaw while speaking. It's not a talent I use very often, but it's a good one to have.
I gotta say, it was a weird idea for me doing that, and it goes back to way back before in Twitch, from Team Legion days, but getting my good buddies on commands is kind of fun sometimes. When I got these really long streams, I'm like getting, yeah, it's funny, it's cool, but it gives you guys a shout out and stuff. One what's neat about it is if I'm having one of those times like, man, I'm just sitting here, I got chat, and I'm like, wait, I actually have, it's almost like you're in chat for a second sometimes. I'm like, oh, I haven't talked to Chickenman in a bit. Well, he's right here. Oh.
I'm right there waiting for you. Just like these Marines are right here waiting for Geralt. Overcharged shield battery turns on, so Keen's going to have to back up. It looks like he's just going to try to run away. Stalkers should be able to pick off a couple Marines on the backside, but that's about it.
Honestly,
Keen
I don't
trying
hate
to
him chasing.
disengage. No, I think Jason's a good idea. You do have to be a little careful, because if the Marines decide to turn around and fight, the Stalkers just blinked forward, right? But Keen's just going to keep running.
Yeah, not so much right here, though, because these are fresh Marines. This time, I mean, when they're that overstemmed, though, I would take that risk a little bit. But Geralt did it about just right.
Yeah.
Do you like this, Chickenman?
Balance. The cheeky Marines trying to run around. I like it in theory, but Geralt's got the watchtower, so he's just going to spot this. He fully sees
Well, they're
this.
going to come right back, and they may hit the stasis ward. I mean, out of Geralt's side, this is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, with this cheeky little stasis down here.
And
he's going to grab the bunker. Medevacs are out now, though, so all those damaged Marines from earlier can get healed up. And you know what? I don't know if he noticed these Marines on the bottom side, but he's got some Zealots warping in.
Oh, he did.
He recalls. Okay, he spots this.
Charge
He
is...
spots this. Keen's got to run away.
Absolutely, and charge is almost complete. I think Geralt's going to get some free damage, but this is a massive push coming right down the center of the map from Keen with a superior army supply. Oh, look at the stasis board helped!
Yep. I don't know if that really helped, to be honest with you. I feel like Geralt was going to kill a couple more Marines, but they get caught in the stasis trap and he can't kill them anymore. And I don't think he's going to be able to punish that because he needs to defend this push.
Well, look at
Keen
this.
might be able to force a cancel on the 4th base, but Keen doesn't have a 3rd base, so he needs to do more than that.
Geralt needs to react. He sees this all. I don't know why he wait. Well, it's going to be scanned. He is going to force a cancel on both the pylon and the Nexus. That's actually... honestly, that was smart for Geralt. I like the fact that he didn't even lose a pylon for it.
Yeah, it's Chrono Boosting Storm out now. Not losing anything there was nice. Obviously, he wants that 4th, but considering there's no 3rd, he doesn't need it. He can definitely afford to just cancel it and hold on, warp in units on his 3 bases. He's on 65 probes. Geralt's kind of chilling right now.
Yeah,
if he can just defend until Storm is done, this is going to be really, really tough for Keen to get anything done here.
Exactly. This is a very committed, almost all-in push. Storm not available, but feedbacks are definitely really good. Are we going to see a drop from... Yeah, we are going to see a drop in the main. That is very unlucky for Geralt.
No, well, no, it's great for Geralt because he's got a bunch of Stalkers in the main.
Yeah, Stalkers are there.
He is ready for it. He's defending with Zealots and just waiting for Storm to be done on the right-hand side. He's got a few units to defend this 4th, which he is going to try to take again. Which again, it feels a bit bold. He doesn't have confirmation on the lack of a 3rd for Keen, though, so he's probably assuming there's a 3rd CC going down right now.
Oh, that's Storm!
Keen does not want the 3rd CC. Yeah, the Storms. And this is the power of Storm with these small bioforces. They just don't stand up to any amount of Storm. And Keen, he's put so much pressure on this right-hand side, but he's not doing anything on the left at all. He's not hitting that 4th base. He's not dropping in the main. It almost feels like doing something would be better than doing nothing. Even if it's not the best trade in the world, you might be able to take advantage of the fact that Geralt is defending on both sides at once.
Well, he's actually
continuing to reinforce.
We actually have a potential... Keen was set up for a 3-prong attack. If you look, he's got to drop, he's got to push, move it into the 3rd, and then it's defended on all 3 fronts. Geralt is playing very defensively today, is what I got to say. Other than the last game was a little rough, but we caught him.
Something Christianer said to me after the game, and I don't know if I recognized this during the match, but he was like, I think I could win. I just need to play defensively against him. He's a very aggressive Terran, and we are seeing that right now. He's being super aggressive, and Geralt, he's got cannons and shield batteries coming up. He's got Stalkers in the main. To stop this drop, he's going to get both medevacs. Yeah, a lot of these units fall out, but not enough of them to really get anything done. They're going to kill a Zealot and a Stalker. And in the meantime, he's still holding with Storm on the right-hand side. And now Geralt's 4th base is up. He's going to start getting probes at it. His main is safe and protected. All he needs to do now is focus on defending this right-hand side, and he should be just fine. And Keen, he still doesn't have a third CC. Keen is, like you said, he's pretty much completely all in with this, and I don't think it's going to work.
The Zealot scouts this. There's a Warp Prism on the other side of the map. Yeah, actually, I think Geralt just needs to consolidate. Basically, he could almost F2A move less the Widow Mines. But realistically, this run-by is huge. There's a lot of Widow Mines to defend back home. But
oh my god. Yeah, the run-by into the natural is very nice, even if it just draws Keen's attention, because Geralt just landed a fat storm on Keen's army down here. And there are those feedbacks like you're talking about. He doesn't really hit that many medevacs, but hey, it's something. And he's just desperately trying to hold on. Honestly, this is getting very kind of dicey down here because the shield battery energy is pretty low. There's not any storms left right now. Well, looks like one High Templar gaining some energy.
At the same time, look at this. Take a look at this, Chicken Man. We had to float down the main base command center. 11 SCVs going down on the other side from that Warp Prism, which is scouted, and like a million Widow Mines just kill it. But I think Geralt's still in a good position. Blink Stalker's going to intercept this Widow Mine drop, and I believe they will.
He just warped in like eight High Templar. Actually, I think it was 10 High Templar at once. And if you're doing that while your opponent is floating their third and has 30, or floating their main to their third and has 35 SCVs, you know you're in a good position.
Yeah.
These Archons, there's no answer for them. Archons against small groups of bio like this are fantastic, and there are disruptors out. Geralt has tech to disruptors. The first one gets shut down, but it almost feels like it doesn't even matter at this point. We're going to have Storm and Disruptor, Charged Archon, Stalker, 4 bases for Geralt. And we have more Stalkers now hitting in a counterattack, dealing a lot of SCV damage. Keen down to 28 workers. He's barely mining at this point. And there is a point where Geralt can F2A move, and it looks like we've just about hit it here. Keen's going to back up, but where does he back up to? Because Geralt's just going to keep going. There's nothing stopping him. Even if Geralt loses his whole army, he's going to trade decently enough, and he's got so much reinforcement potential from his warp-ins, from, I think, is it double Robo? I think it might just be, no, it is. It's double Robo back at home. He could start up 2 Colossi. There's not going to be any answer for any of this.
Yeah, this is GG.
That it is. Geralt ties it up 1-1 in our grand finals, and Keen finally feels mortal.
Yeah, Geralt defended so amazingly. He played a really crazy set against Rattata. Like, a lot different than we normally see him play in PvZ. He was using a little more Stargate, but he still kind of played like Geralt. It was so... He did some really cool builds, by the way, on those series. Rattata played really well, but it was just... It was like Blink Stalker Tempest with Archons and Storm. And it just weird... It's so weird. Like, he would build a couple carriers to force Corruptors and stuff, but it was like only like 2 carriers.
Geralt's PvZ is very, very cool. I really like it. And he and Rattata are a really good match, I think. I think they're very kind of evenly matched. So it's always a good series.
Yeah, man. And also, what we're getting in, it's going to be a bit, I know. But we got to make some time for a call like this week if you have it. But I know you got a lot on your plate, and then we got tomorrow's your busiest day of the week normally. I know too. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I can set aside some time for you, Mr. Testa. I'm sure we can come up with some time.
Nice. Anyways,
I'm gonna let you do these intros. I'm gonna grab water.
Okay, absolutely. Spawning in the bottom left corner of Blackburn, representing Psystorm Gaming, it is Geralt. And his opponent in the lower right, it is Keen, a red Terran with the cheeky Korean play style. Man, I'm loving this guy here. So Chicken Man's taking his break for a minute. I guess I'm on here. Apologies for the slight little mistake in the obs work. We are going to see a pretty standard matchup, it looks like, so far. I don't expect anything too cheeky out of Geralt this time, but who knows? Are we going to see another proxy Stargate or not? Let's see here. What do we got going on? Probe is scouting for proxy barracks, which I don't blame him. He's playing against a Korean player of OG category and someone who certainly likes those double gas builds, as we saw in game number 1. Very smart decision from Geralt. He's going in for the scout, trying to get a read. I hope he goes and actually checks both gases too, even though it's not the case. I think that was one thing in both games we didn't see, but it's always a pretty wise decision for a Protoss to do that against, especially against a Korean Terran. That said, it's really indicating that it's just going to be a Reaper expand. Well, he doesn't know about the Reaper because the gas, but still at least a Rax expand. And Geralt is in pretty good shape in a standard macro game, same as his opponent.
Yep,
Well,
I agree with that whole assessment. I was listening that whole time. Excellent assessment. Great work. Great analysis.
shitty obs work though, but thanks, Chickenman.
It was beautiful.
All right, we got double. That's the double SCV you talked about, and I do like it, but
Yeah.
I would like to see the. Okay, this is where it gets interesting because he wants to try to keep the probe alive. Gets the battery down. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, but Keen still has both of these SCVs up. One of them's very low hit point, but looks like it will just die. That Stalker.
Yeah.
Other one taking a little damage too. That's actually kind of important because that just limits the amount of time that this can be annoying. Geralt just says, fuck it. He's walking across the map. He's like, I'm out of here.
I don't know if I like that reaction. The second Reaper coming into the main, trying to get some multi-prompt, but the second Stalker coming, does he react? He's not react. Oh, shield battery. That's actually beautiful.
Yeah, there's a shield battery in the main. That's why he was comfortable walking across the map. Because this is the same thing that Keen did in game 1, right? With the double Reaper. And... yeah, I mean, look at this Stalker on the other side of the map, getting kills, delaying the bunker, delaying the command center. This is great. This is really, really nice for Geralt. Honestly, he could just walk home right now, and this would have been totally worth it. The shield battery does die, though.
Yeah, that was definitely a good little catch from our Terran player. He's going to also get a Stalker. Geralt paying more, I think he was paying more attention to the Stalker on the other side of the map, which is just hitting a supply depot.
Yeah, I mean, the delay on the CC is really nice. Is it worth 2 probes and a Stalker, though? I feel like the answer is no. Oh my god, this Stalker needs to go back to the shield battery, please.
And a shield battery. Yeah, if he just retreats, I think that's a good call. He's going to recall. That's actually an even better call, I think. What about you, Chickenman?
I mean, I don't hate it. That is 50 energy. And now he's got to spend it on an overcharge as well. It's 100 energy to defend this, which feels like kind of a lot. But it is more important to defend it than not. And he gets the kill on the bunker, which that is really nice.
At the same time, he has enough workers to saturate. The harass he did on his Terran opponent, I think, was, truthfully...
yeah, you know what? I think that's comparable. He got 2 Marine kills as well. So he killed 2 Marines, 4 SCVs. He killed the bunker, and he delayed the CC by a very long time. I think that's all right. Obviously losing some stuff himself, but I don't mind that for Geralt. I would say maybe slight edge to Geralt from that early game, but honestly, let's be real. It's just pretty much dead even. It's almost like it doesn't matter. Like a single Reaper opening without any of those shenanigans would probably put us in basically the same position.
Well, one thing I would like to point out, Geralt's trying to keep this probe alive. Reapers are going to find it, but we have the Dark Shrine against the 3 racks opener. It's a 3 racks into 3-1-1, and the Blink Stalkers are going to catch these Reapers, but that Dark Shrine could be, well, Starport going down. We do have a Tech Lab. I have a feeling it's just going to be for combat shields or concussive, but if the Starport's a Raven push, then... oh, there we go.
I will have to see the Starport. I think the Starport's just going to go straight onto the reactor. I don't think it's going to build any Ravens.
Yeah, I do too, so that actually could be good. So this Dark Templar play from Geralt could be quite nice. I don't know about you, but I think that's the kind of build that you want to be up against. 3 racks.
Yeah, for sure. Something without that reliable detection. Keen could drop down some turrets. That's something we see I feel like I've seen European Terrans start to just drop turrets next to their bunker in the natural because they know they're up against Geralt, who loves DTs, or just Protoss in general. They'll just put down that turret. It's just a safety turret.
Oof. Yeah, Geralt is pushing out, but at the same time, his third base is going to have to be canceled or actually killed. That might just be outright
this
killed.
Is actually Keen might chill for a second here. I wouldn't hate if he chilled for a second, but he's going to go straight to the natural. He doesn't care about the third base. He's going to take down the pylon here that's powering the Robo and the gateway, and he should be able to just straight up kill this base. He's going to go for probes as the slow DT warp in comes in, but that's 11 seconds of painful waiting for those DTs to warp in. Now, 22 probes have already gone down. The DTs can clean this up, but what can Keen get done in the meantime? The answer is quite a lot. The probe's going to stop these units from moving further. That was a great block, but still 30 probes going down, and he gets the Robo.
Look what happened on the other side of the map. 30 probes, Robo, and the Warp Prism goes down with missile turrets in place because...
Oh, man.
What a disaster.
That's so painful, which means no real threat of counter damage right now. Keen obviously traded a lot of army for that, but Geralt traded a lot of army to get to a Dark Shrine. That's one of the big downfalls of the Dark Shrine, is you kind of cut other tech, you cut building a lot of units to get it. It's very expensive, and the DTs are not cheap either. And he was going to go into Colossi behind this. The plan was Colossi, but the Robo died. So now he's got to wait for the Robo to finish before starting a Colossus, and there are very few units that build slower than a Colossus. When the bio is pushing across the map, it feels like it takes approximately 1 game length
exactly.
to build a Colossus.
Exactly.
And it's just Stalkers right now. And all Keen has to do is keep like a couple of scans available, which he does. I don't know what died on the other side of the map.
That was 3
Something
DTs
died.
to Widowmine and Bio.
No.
That's his game.
Yeah, that is 100% just game. There's no way for Geralt to really stop this. He's trying desperately to get one disruptor out, but it's not going to be out in time. GG. And that right there is why I do not discount 3 racks against DTs. I have seen too many times the Korean Terran player just go win the game while the DTs are like, haha, I'll kill an SCV. And the 3 racks of Bio is like, yeah, we'll just kill everything you have. Everything you've ever loved is dead.
Oof. Yeah, it's the pro and the con of Dark Templar. When you go straight into him.
I really don't like DT openers against Terran. I feel like I don't see them work very often. Against Protoss, against Zerg, I kind of love them. I feel like, against Protoss, it usually goes up against like a Blink Stalker build. Archons can be quite good in that matchup. I think the real downfall is that Archons kind of suck against Terran. Like, even without ghosts, they're okay.
Imagine
You
Protoss.
can mix them in, but they're not great. But against like Zerglings or Zealots, oh, they're fantastic. They're so good.
Well, the thing is, too, it all depends on the timing and the scouting. So, like, if you could actually go into them, and then also, like, I think DTs are better kind of like in some mid-game pushes, and, like, not going straight. Kind of like, Geralt seemed like he was very, very direct into them. Obviously, late game, blink DTs against Terran, that's where they're good for planetary snipes and such, but, like, you know what I'm saying, in that mid-game, when you're dropping charge lots, it's a nice little curveball to sneak in DTs with the charge lot run-bys.
Yeah. I think it was a reactionary call from Geralt in that game. I think because he wasn't able to get that third base up from the Reapers, he decided, okay, I want to get something done. Let me hop into some DTs and see if I can get some cheeky damage done on them. And it just didn't quite work out. But we'll hop into game 4 here on Hardwire and see if it works out any better for this lovely, lovely Protoss spawning in the lower left-hand corner. Killing the bots there in the blue. It is Sidestorm Gaming's Geralt.
And in the upper right, he's red. He's been pulling out some cheeky play with those Reapers. It's Keen. Drawing a little blank here, too, because I'm a little tired myself, Chicken Man. Not going to lie. It's been a...
I feel you. Keen plays for the formerly Afrika Freaks, but currently they're just known as the Freaks.
The Freaks, yeah. Okay.
The Freaks. He's a super freak. Super freak. He's super freaking. Meow.
Oh, for sure. He that does not surprise me. He is certainly a monster. You know what's funny? I tried getting Liquid Mana to play today, and he's just like, "You want to come bully in our tournament?" I'm saying, and he's like, "Oh, I don't like playing against one-sided people." I'm like, "Well, like we got Gerald, Rattata, Trigger, and da-da-da," going down who was on the roster at the time. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to get bullied."
That's too good.
But I was like, Mana plays pretty, he's a good player.
He is a very strong player.
Another Polish
very strong,
Protoss.
Polish Protoss. One of the strongest.
Yeah. But too afraid of Rattata, I think. Or
The Zerg plays, they'll get you. I don't know, maybe it was the Geralt PvP.
yeah,
worried
actually,
about.
I do think so. It was probably Gerald and Cristiano. Cristiano said he's feeling a little not in top form right now, but I'm like, dude, you've been killing it. We both seen him kill it for a while, so just
Didn't he
just
beat
hang in
Hero
there.
Marine like a week or two ago in the ESL Cup?
Yeah.
I think he did. And then Hero Marine goes off and just like has the absolute best tournament run of his entire career right
Yeah.
after.
Definitely.
I don't know, Cristiano, you might be pretty good at this game. I don't know what to tell you. Protoss couldn't beat Terran to save their life in that tournament, but
Yeah, that was oof. Was definitely a surprise, a cool one at that. But I would
surprised to be sure, but a welcome one.
another proxy Stargate game with mixed results in each time, but I think this time it might not be so bad.
It's interesting that Geralt just keeps going for proxy Stargate. So this has been very common today. Christianer did this, and Forjumi did this. I don't think it was every game, but so far the Protoss have really loved Stargate Oracle into Blink, and I don't know that I like it, honestly. I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, I'm not really.
I feel like I'm crazy. Maybe it's going up against the builds improperly, but
well.
it delays Blink by so much. The Oracle never feels like it gets enough done to justify that early investment into Stargate. And you often, with the proxy especially, can't get Phoenixes out. And if you're going for that quicker Blink, you're probably not getting Phoenixes out anyways.
Yeah, like there's one funny thing I'd like to point out earlier though too. I had some of the. I really wish Florencio was with us today. I kind of goofed, didn't ask him because he's been in for the last few weeks. But I'm actually kind of glad to just have you and I, but we were covering brackets. The thing is we had nothing but cheese, except for Geralt and Rattata. Literally nothing but cheese. Like, Forjumi and SW Pro was, or was it SW Pro? No, it was Curry. Yeah, SW Pro had brought out some crazy cheese. Curry brought out some crazy cheese. And Forjumi counter-cheesing the cheese with a proxy Void Ray shield battery in the base of the Cannon Rusher Curry was an amazing series. We had some bangers. Very short series, but very cool.
I think the majority of the games I've cast today have looked pretty much just like this one. Except for, of course, the TVZ, where we did get a really sick late game TVZ on this map. So that was fun. We had like lurkers and ghosts, the whole 9 yards. This is a very interesting one, though. Geralt going to try to get some damage done with the double Oracle and the Adept in the main. That Adept getting in there and allowing these Oracles to just trade with a bunch of Marines. Normally, I would say, oh, killing Marines, maybe not. You might want to kill the SCVs instead. But with the 3 racks, suddenly Keen's push is like done. He just can't push anymore. There's just no way there's going to be too many Stalkers back at home. It's a great opening. This is fantastic for Geralt.
Yeah, he has a beautifully timed third. Safe. Blink this time, not so bad. He's getting his Forge, the stem combat shields, and +1 is the nice timing. But like you said, that was a good amount of Marines to go down.
Yeah, and Keen's going to take down the Stargate now, but it doesn't really matter. The 2 Oracles are out at this point. I do love that Keen this game went for a super early 3rd Command Center. I didn't even realize it. I was like, oh, what's that on the mini-map? 3rd Command Center. It was just done. That's crazy. So while he's got this potential 3 racks push, he doesn't have to go for it at all. He can just take his 3rd and you know, get some workers up. Geralt knows that, so Geralt's going to put some pressure on because he knows there's not a ton of Marines. He's got Blink on these Stalkers, so they'll be able to get away. And,
Well, I love that
he wants to delay this 3rd if he can.
Oh, yeah, he's not able to immediately snipe it with the Oracles, but the fact that he has 2 Oracles with this, I really like it. Able to rev tag, drop some stasis wards, get vision and mobility. Oh, this could be huge.
I love the stasis traps here.
I think that Oracle may have been scouted, though.
They're so annoying and so difficult to deal with. I kind of wish he put the stasis ward underneath the orbital so it couldn't land, but he wants to try to catch the rallying SCVs. Oh my god. Oh, he's gonna get him. Wait, no! He missed him! Oh man.
Even bigger!
Yeah, he's gonna get a bunch of the army though. Not enough, unfortunately, for Geralt for him to take down this base, but enough for him to trade a little more easily. It looks like Concussive Shells is done though, so 2 of those Stalkers go down, but Geralt baiting him over.
Oh, look at he catches it!
Soon to be charge lots. Oh my god, a 2nd stasis ward.
One of the medevacs are going down too. This is huge.
Yeah, this is a fantastic start here for Geralt. There's charge, and look at how many zealots there are all of a sudden. Keen, not realizing that this attack was coming, gets caught completely off guard and has to try to pull back. He does have a bunker here he can send a few units into, but he's going to have to pull the SCVs. Oh, accidental surround with those units coming out of the stasis ward. And Geralt's got to pull back. He does lose the Oracle.
I don't think it matters. He took a 4th base behind this. He's taken up. He's got Psionic Storm coming. He's got armor on the way. He's got that proxy to reinforce and keep pressure on.
And he's going to dive down here to the 3rd, try to get some economic damage done. The Zealots going after the SCVs. The Stalkers decide to try to focus the CC. He will not get it. It should be able to get to the high ground in time. Oh, he doesn't have vision up there. Goes down below 100 hit points, but Keen able to save it, which is extraordinarily important.
Yeah, at the least,
Geralt will back off.
I think it's quite possible for Geralt to continue his reign of honorable terror with a little bit of cheekiness. I'm really liking his play styles today. At first, I agree with you with the proxy Stargates, but he found some mixed results against him, and this kind of play was very cool, though. The double Oracle opener. Man. He's got Stalker. Look at this map vision, too. Geralt's got Stalkers positioned on the left side in case of a drop.
Yeah, honestly, it's a lot of commitment for a drop that is there
is
no drop. Keen is not lifted up into a medevac once this game.
Oh my god, look at how defensive Keen is, though. That's so many Widow Mines with a missile turret.
But here's the thing, Geralt doesn't actually need to attack. Geralt's taking a 5th base. He can just posture out here with storms around, with zealots all over the place, with stalkers ready to blink on medevacs. He doesn't really need to poke in that much, but he's going to lose all these High Templar. The storms are fantastic, but without anything to actually clean the rest of this bio up. I mean, those medevacs will heal it all up. Geralt going to hit at the same time. The minefield, the very literal minefield, cleaning out a ton of those zealots before the Marauders start fighting against the Stalkers, which is a great fight for the bio. More storms going down, but again, the storms don't really matter if the zealots aren't there to clean them up after, but here come the zealots. Keen backing himself into a corner, these rallying Marines getting killed as they walk down and try to join the rest of the army. And even though Keen's holding on, and yes, he's got more army supply, his economy is just so far behind Geralt, who's 20 workers ahead on 5 bases right now.
Yeah, how the heck was he was microing so well, doing so much multitasking, keeping up his production, teching up. He's now going to Robo Bay and double Robo Bay and 5 bases. That's just insane.
It's all about just timing where your attention is, and that's one of the real benefits of being the attacking player, is you can decide when you want to look at your army and attack and when you want to look at home and macro, whereas your opponent has to be ready at any point to defend. So they might be midway through a macro cycle, and suddenly they have to control their army, they have to stim, they have to split. And if you can control that pace, you can mess up their macro a little bit. Maybe Keen was about to throw down a 4th CC when he had to control his army. Suddenly his 4th is a minute later than he wanted it to be because he had to micro for a while. Maybe he missed part of a microcycle or missed part of an upgrade or something because he was busy defending. Geralt has the luxury, by being the attacking player, of going back, getting his base set up, getting his tech going, and then going up to his army and saying, all right, now I'm attacking. He gets to drive the pace of the game in that way.
Okay, window memes going right by the Zealot, scouting that out, interestingly enough, but I don't think the Zealots see that. War Prism is going to be found by Ghost.
What does that Prism got in? It's got 3 High Templar in it. It got EMP'd, so it's got to be very careful. Oh my god, the Widow Mines. But also, I love the High Templar and the Prism. This is something I was talking about earlier when I was casting Keen against Christianer. Is Christianer felt like he was really reticent to go into High Templar. And I do get it. Ghosts obviously are really good. The EMP is sick against High Templar. I still feel like it's worth it, especially with the Prism. But even without it, just having a few High Templar kind of around on the map, with your army, a couple of them, they force the EMPs on those High Templar or the snipes on those High Templar, and it allows the rest of your army to have shields more often. And if they miss an EMP, Storm's really good. Storm is worth it, I think. It's so good.
Well, a play I like to see too with that said, but you could actually use High Templar to debate a bunch of EMPs, and actually with that happening, you have a moment to morph from the Archons, kind of position your army a little differently, fight a little, and then recall the Archons. Yeah, or by time you like debate them to hitting the Archons after the Archons forming at full shields, kind of creating a barrier. Oh shit! Look at this. It's a big...
Yeah, Zealot's getting caught over on the left side. There was a Widowmine drop as well, which the medevac's still there, so Keen might be able to actually sneak those Widowmines back into the mineral line at some point, but we shall see. EMP is going down on the High Templar as they fall out of the Prism. It looks like that Prism's going to go down.
Ooh, one storm barely
doesn't really do too much, but that Disruptor Nova, that was close. And it looks like those Ghosts are going to die. Geralt pushing pretty harshly here, eating a lot of Widowmine shots. It doesn't look like he has detection, so that's going to be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, he's camped right up. He's going to lose these High Templar if he's not careful. That's a lot of Widowmines, and they're about to be...
he needs to get the hell out of here. He knows there's Widowmines there, though. He got hit by all of them already. So if he sends the Disruptor Novas out, he can at least potentially kill a couple of them.
Ooh, this ball...
It looks like he's just going to pull back.
There's 4
Ghosts. He needs to pull back to his other side, because there's a lot here for Keen, trying to push into this this forward base.
Keen has that really annoying, like, Widowmine heavy style that just is going to deny this 6 space.
These mines are so good, but they're as annoying as they are. Geralt can take it kind of slow and make sure to clear them out. He just needs to be aware that they are all over the place, and he will be one way or another. But Geralt's got so many bases right now. Look at him expand to the upper left. What is this base?
Well, here's the thing.
That's a BM Nexus.
Geralt's gonna have the Geralt's gonna have one huge thing going for him. He has army upgrades. He has Shadow Stride coming, but we have advanced ballistics and ship weapons coming from, which I think is a smart move from Keen.
Yeah, I mean, I think you need to get into those ranged Liberators. There are some problems with Liberators. They are not the end-all, be-all of tech, but they can be really nice to help you hold positions. On this map in particular, there's a lot of ramp areas where there's kind of these tighter choke points. Getting a couple Liberators in here just like that, like Keen is doing, it can really hold a whole position. Like, Geralt just can't really attack there that easily now. He's got to rotate around, and that can become very predictable for Keen, who can make sure he's in the right position at the right time. Oof. God, these Widowmines, they have been so good, though. You are not wrong. And the EMPs are massive. Keen needs to... Geralt needs to not take this fight. He sends off the Disruptor Novas in desperation. He gets some good hits.
Yeah, he kills a lot of Ghosts.
A lot on the retreat.
However, look at the DTs
no!
doing the work, blinking in. There's detection, but for how long? Bunker's getting cleaned up. 29 to 13 workers going down. The Liberator getting a lot, but Geralt's focusing on the front. He's forgetting about this Liberator on his left at the 9 o'clock position.
These DTs got a lot of damage done, and Geralt lost pretty much his entire army, but
Economically, he's got a bank. Let's see his production. He has 15 gateways and 2 robos. He's in an all right spot, I think.
I think he's trying to figure out what he wants to get up into now, because it becomes a really tough decision. He's going to go for another huge round of DTs that are going to head to the left side. There's a planetary, a turret, and a widow mine here. That's not enough. That's not enough, guys. I don't know what to tell you. These DTs will blink in, they will just kill that. That'll be that. And Geralt, he's now realized that there are just widow mines around. So hopefully, with those stalkers leading, he'll be able to blink away from that. He's going to grab a cheeky ghost, put some pressure onto this base. And at the same time, the DTs are going in. That's too much DPS. Down goes the planetary, and down going to go a lot more SCVs. Keen down to 50 workers. And this is, I feel, where Geralt really hits his stride. If he can get to this kind of late game position where he's on 7 bases.
Yeah, this is crazy. 7, he is bottom right.
It's so hard, I think, for Terran in this kind of situation. With all these counterattack positionings, the DTs, the disruptors, you cannot lose focus for even a second. And Geralt is so good at hitting those run-bys at the perfect time. And he's just got so much more economy. He doesn't have to trade efficiently. He lost all the DTs earlier. And it's like, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he's taken worse trades, but he's had so many more workers for so long. His income has just been insanely huge. And the DTs are going to come back in. The mine whiffs it. He hits it this time, but again, it almost feels like it doesn't matter. These DTs have already killed 2 planetaries. They've done their job. We've got storms. We've got disruptor novas coming in with the push and a bunch of stalkers. And I feel like Keen's very much on the back foot. That being said, look at that army supply. Somehow he's got 103 army supply.
Yeah, he's
75.
That's where his bank went when he lost those workers. It went all into army.
Yeah, I feel like Keen might have the ability to push at some point. He's got 9 Liberators. And 9 Liberators pushing across the map can be quite scary. The big downfall of Liberators is that they don't kill buildings.
Yeah.
So if Geralt puts down like a few cannons, suddenly those 9 Liberators don't feel quite as strong.
Oh, God!
My God, the Disruptor Novas. Get the hell out of here. Yeah.
GG.
And Keen says, I will get the hell out of here.
Let's go.
Jesus.
Gerald played like a madman that game.
That was a very good game from Geralt. Really taking advantage of the amount of bases available on that map. That map, not only are there a lot of bases, but they do feel reasonably, I don't want to say easy to take, but like doable. They're takeable.
For
Geralt
sure.
really took advantage of that. And obviously took advantage of Blink DTs, which are really good. Very strong units.
Yeah, 15 blink DTs, I believe, was the number that hit the fourth planetary fortress.
Yeah.
Initially with that 1 widow mine. Yeah, it was just like an instant snipe.
They kill it so quickly. If you're not literally already surrounding it with SCVs that are like starting to repair it, it will just die. Just dies.
This is match point, Chickenman.
Seal Pup B3B0, thank you for the resubscription. Welcome back to the Cockflock, Seal Pup. 23 moths, but still no moth emoji. That's true. I do not have a moth emoji. I refuse. I refuse. I've spent too much time in Sal's Discord in the memes channel. And if you are in Sal's Discord and you go to the memes channel, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm done with moths. I'm done with them. No moths here. None allowed.
Well, that being said, spawning in the bottom left corner of Glittering Ashes, There's certainly no moths in Protoss. I don't think they do too much because I don't think they really wear much fabric. It is Geralt from Psystorm Gaming.
And his opponent in the upper right-hand corner, putting mothballs in his closet just in case there's Protoss living in there. It is for the Freaks. Keen.
Ironically, a unit that probably wouldn't like moths so much would be DTs. If there was a Protoss unit that would got the cape.
They chew on their cape. Maybe that's why their capes have those holes in them.
Yeah, it's the moths.
Saw the moths. Oh my god. Moths fourth race confirmed.
I am holding you to one emote, Chicken Man, because there was 4 of us that mutually agreed on it. And I talked to Balemolf because he added some. I'm going to ditch an emote for it. We need to do it. The Protoss. So you have to subscribe to all 4 of us to do it in different art styles of the stream. I think that's actually just 5-head. Geralt's...
It's 5-head.
Geralt's not doing it. He's too worried about the expansion. I think he knows to predict the gas, I guess, if he doesn't see it. But, like, you could do this. Just send an SCV out and debate it. He really should be scouting those gases against a player like Keen.
Yeah, I mean, we are going to see a factory first. And it looks like this probe's going to get pushed away. Keen, he is kind of faking that CC. Geralt should be able to go back in a second, though, and spot whether or not it's there.
Well, I think he knows... This is how he can stop it. He sees it. He's in position. He kept that probe there, if you notice. It's happened to him 2 times. Gerald's like, not again.
Yeah, he doesn't want to,
That was calculated by Gerald, actually.
This is really nice. He's going to stop this bunker from coming up. There is... I mean, the Reaper's coming across, but... the Stalker feels so late, though. This was a Nexus before Cybercore. So the Nexus is going to finish, but... The Stalker's super late. And these probes are both going to go down. So, you know what? Keen probably fine that his bunker doesn't get up. He got 2 probe kills.
Yeah. Same time, I think overall, what is good is Geralt is not going to have the delayed mining time near as much in this case. That's the only pro. Like, if you think about it, 2 probes versus the lost mining time he had and, like, the games he got
I think Geralt's probably happy with this, but Keen is also probably not sad about it. You know, like maybe he could have gotten more damage done, but there's also a world where Geralt cleans that up pretty easily. He's gotten pretty good against it, clearly. So the fact that Keen was able to get those 2 kills without the bunker even getting up, I think he's totally fine with it. We have a proxy Stargate from Geralt once again. This one is very close, though.
Yeah, that's a Maximus Paximus kind of one.
Yeah, this feels like it's going to have Void Rays. I don't actually think it is, but it feels
I think it's going to be an Oracle. Yeah, like the position. But honestly, I wouldn't hate it if he did. He scouts 1 base. That would actually be pretty funny to see Geralt do proxy Void Ray on 2 bases, but it's scouted by the Reaper.
He gets the scout, which is very nice for him. What is he going to do about it? He's going to go for the Viking and just make another Widowmine or 2. Yeah, I think that's the right call.
I almost wouldn't have hated it if he just went, with 2 Reapers. If he didn't go for the Oracle and instead just did a full cancel in the Stargate. I know it's a lot of time invested, but he would have had all that gas back to either pump out units or attack elsewhere.
Oracle going to defend the pylon so the Phoenix can get out. Now, Geralt knows about the Widowmine drop, but he doesn't know exactly which base it's going to. It has shifted around a couple times to try to throw him off the path because the probe actually scouted the mine drop. But could still get a lot of damage done.
Now, unless you're doing proxy Stargate, or proxy Void Ray against the Terran. Oh no, he's not paying attention. Geralt's gonna lose a lot of workers.
No,
6
you know
workers.
What? That last second split made it better than it could have been, but 6 workers is still very painful.
And the Phoenix is gonna shut this right down. However, the Widow might.
Oh, there's an armory. Oh my God, he's got a tag, and the tag doesn't reach both of these mines. This mine should go off again.
Oh no!
Oh, it's so close. No, he gets it. No, the mine. It hits the Phoenix. Doesn't really do anything, but.
Oof.
Yeah, the armory mine drop. I didn't even realize there was one.
Geralt does have a third base established, at least. He has charge in them. I like this charge play, though. He's building another Stargate. But again, Chickenman, like you said, the best part of the in-base Stargates against Terran after this is the fact that you have those Phoenixes readily available for those drops. And unfortunately, these Phoenixes are going down. I don't like the fact that he went for another. He's trying to go to Phoenix charge lot, but there's some Vikings. I don't know how well this is going to pan out, but the Vikings land.
Geralt just doesn't have his production up yet to actually get some units out. And like you said, this is the real problem with that Stargate out on the map. This is why we don't see it all that often. If you just want to build one Oracle, it's fine. If you want any amount of Phoenixes after that, though, there's just no guarantees. And there's not much sadder against a bunch of Marines than a single Phoenix. It could lift up the tank for about 3 seconds. 3 seconds. A third of a
charge
second
is
going to
finish here. That's kind of nice if we can get in a good position around this. A landed Viking versus a unlanded. The tank pickup is huge, actually. Even though the Phoenix goes down, it does buy him some time to clean some of this up.
Yeah, he's going to get the tank down, grabs that Viking, falls back to the shield battery, which will keep these Stalkers healed up for at least a little bit. Stalkers don't have blink because charge was so quick. But it should buy time for Geralt to get another warp in out, and it looks like it has. So he will chase this away. And Geralt holds on. It was a little bit spicy there, but he lost his third base, but he doesn't die.
Oh, no. Yeah, not by any stretch. Let's take a look at the trades, actually. Yeah, 2-1 for our Terran player. I do like this charge lot surround.
Yeah, they're looking for the Marines, and they're going to find them. And there's no medevac or anything here. The Marines can stutter step for a while, but I don't think they can do this forever. Oh, my God, the pullback on the Zealot, the micro.
That was
Geralt
sick.
With the movement.
Geralt using Zealots like they're Zerglings. Like, that was absolutely beautiful.
I actually can't believe he kept that Zealot alive. That's like probably not worth it for all the attention he paid to it, but it's so flashy and sexy, and I love it.
But he didn't trade out bad. I mean, he kept it alive and ultimately kept basically most of the Zealots alive.
Yeah,
and he's already.
And it's definitely worth it because remember he lost that third base, so his economy isn't really where he wants it to be at this point. It is better now, but getting a little bit extra value here and there is really, really nice.
So Geralt actually can click on these units and check for upgrades that he rev tagged before the Oracle died. But what is nice is he's going into Storm. He's got Templars. And he didn't, when he lost that base, the bigger thing, I think, Chickenman, is the fact that he didn't lose a single goddamn probe. He reacted so quickly when that base was getting hit that he didn't lose, I don't believe, a single probe during that push on the third originally.
Yeah, I think you might be right. He recognized that he just didn't have his production up yet. Charge wasn't done, and he needed to sacrifice that base and hope that he could hold the natural and just re-expand pretty much right away. And exactly what he did. He handled it perfectly.
Oh, stasis trap. Actually, even though the Oracle was died, that Oracle did so much value. Catching a Marine, indicating possibly a push, and he does catch it, but he's going to lose some Stalkers to the Cyclones. But look at these cheeky pylons on the high ground to scout pushouts.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Just those scouting pylons. Obviously, they get taken down, but they do a lot of work here for Geralt. Little Zealot run by. Gonna eat some Widowmine shots and then find a bunker, but the army actually pulls back for Keen, so that pulls some of the pressure off of Geralt, who now has Storm up, and this is starting to feel a lot like game 3?
Yeah,
game 2.
I will
One
note.
of the games.
I will note though that Geralt's army supply is certainly quite a bit behind his opponent. He's trying to do these charge lot run bys, which normally I don't hate it, but like look at this, they got supply depots everywhere, army right in position. He's being annoying, but when you're behind an army supply, you don't want to be that risky. But actually, I don't know about that. I might take that back.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't hate it. I mean, if he can keep Keen
Oh,
back
look at
while
this.
he gets his fourth up and running and everything.
is Geralt gonna catch
Oh
his
my God.
medevac? That is
Yeah,
a
what a
Widow
great
Mine drop.
catch. 4 Widowmines in there. All goes down. Don't even get the Widowmines out, anything. Just absolutely taken down. He must have spotted that with the Zealots when they were trying to go for their run by.
Pylon
And
is
Keen trying to get damage done, but just not happening right now.
Geralt's using pylons like Protoss sensor towers. I love it.
Yeah, it's like Phoenix versus Phoenix. You know, he's just dropping pylons out everywhere on the map. But
Yeah.
he's taking a 5th base, and Keen's 4th CC like just started. I mean, this is fantastic for Geralt because the further ahead he can get, he's got Storm to fall back to right now. He's getting into a Robo Bay. He's got pretty consistent splash damage. As long as he hits a couple of decent storms, he'll be just fine against this army.
But that said, the one scary thing is we do have the EMP upgrade completing right now, and there's ghosts. But does Geralt catch? Ooh, he sees what's coming out.
Looked like he wanted to. The double lock onto the Robo Bay. Oh, the overcharge to save it so he can try to get out that disruptor. Doesn't work though. The bio a little too strong.
Wait,
It takes down that robotics.
what can be beautiful because there's ghosts. If he can debate some EMPs, he can land some. Well, there's 2 cyclones still alive. That makes this a little rough.
Oh, there's the EMPs though. No storm energy for
Wait,
Geralt.
but is there? Look what's coming up behind a storm drop. If it can
my
survive,
God. Oh,
2
my
storm drops.
God.
Does he get the 3rd before it goes down? No, he
No.
loses it.
No, he does not. But you know what? Those storms, I think, are going to be enough. Look how soft this army of Keen is right now. Medevacs have a lot of work to do, and there's 4 of them, which is not bad, but it's not great either. It's going to take a little while. Keen going to have to regather his forces, heal up a little bit. But that gives time for Geralt to get a couple more disruptors out, perhaps. He's got 2 more robos finishing up. He's going to have triple disruptor production in a little bit here, which is terrifying for Keen. There's just no pushing up this ramp against triple disruptor production. But right now there's only 1 disruptor here. Fired its shot, it did okay. But Keen, he's going to try to keep on pushing forward. Overcharge shield battery used again because it has a cooldown of about 3 seconds.
Oh, the Nova
Second
catches a
disruptor comes
Viking
out.
and
Yeah,
a ghost.
Not too bad. Not too bad. 2 more disruptors on the way. He's trying to take down one of the robos. Looks like he will get a robo, and he'll get this disruptor. So that's a real
Wait.
problem for Geralt. He can't seem to keep these disruptors alive.
Geralt had a moment. He kind of retreated. He could have actually stormed that because there were 2 reinforcing ghosts that I didn't see before. But those ghosts were all out of energy. He actually could have stormed all of that 2 times, I believe.
He's still got some High Templar here for the next push. And 1 robo died, but I think that's the legitimate reason why Geralt decided to go for triple robo. Was
Yeah.
because he knew one of them would die.
Yeah,
in that
redundancy. So he has this double robo production. He's back on par. Widowmine doing some work in the 5th base, but it's
Yeah,
shut
this
down.
push from Keen. Geralt has not been able to keep tabs on the army out on the map. So Keen's going to come in here and
Recall.
force an immediate recall, which I think will be enough to get Keen to get out of there. At the same time, some Zealots discover this 4th base is a planetary, which is good to know, but not really useful for these Zealots at the moment.
no A move from the Zealots on the
Geralt.
right.
What is this? What is
Oh
this
my
Nexus?
god, the
This is-
Nova! In the upper left, there was a Nova that
Oh,
cleaned a lot of that
no.
army up.
That had 10 kills, that disruptor, and there was a lot of blood splatter on the ground over there. This Nexus from Geralt is so bold. And this reminds me of the Nexus from, I think it was the Hardwire game,
Yeah.
where
I-
Geralt put himself way ahead and tried to take a very bold Nexus. It didn't really work, but this one might. This
I
one
think-
might actually work.
Well, look at the army supplies. Geralt has the quality units. Not to say that our Terran, not to say that Keen doesn't, but he has that economic lead. At the same time, there's a 5th base going up for our Terran player, but there's a Dark Shrine with Shadow Stride coming. I think it was actually a pretty solid move, truthfully. He needs to keep bases up and have defense, and there is no storm available in the bottom right, speaking of which, with this little push out.
Well, Keen finally able to secure a 5th base. This little drop is really nice. Looks like a Warpin should probably handle it. Nice pickup there. No stalkers nearby to really push those medevacs away. Keen trying to push through the center at the same time. Disruptor Novas, though, getting some very nice connections, and Keen gets absolutely pushed back. He does hit some really nice EMPs on the army, so Geralt might think twice before just walking forward here, or not.
Ooh, the static
Walk this
defense. I
middle
liked it, but
lines.
Gerald's not going to cancel it. That's a lot of money lost.
Oh, and Keen decides to go straight for the production. I was wondering why I wasn't focusing in those warpins. It's because it's more DTs. Blink almost done for them. That Shadow Stride. And Gerald going to try to dive in on this planetary. There's not a lot of SCVs for repair here. He drops some big storms and some big disruptor novas, but there is enough repair to keep the planetary alive. So that was a lot of units lost for Gerald trying to take that down, and he doesn't do it. At the same time, Keen dropping into the natural base, forcing a warp in, forcing an overcharge, killing a number of probes here.
Funnily enough, a lot of those disruptors did manage to go down. And the other side, and I think these robo bays, or robotics facilities, are going to go down. They're very low health, and the army's a little out of position.
Yeah, the Marauders, these +2 attack Marauders, about to have +3 attack, taking down both of those robos. I'd love to see Gerald replace them, maybe over at his 4th this time.
Hell, what did Gerald
Gerald's
do?
in the main base with Zealots. He's killed the planetary at the 4th base with the DTs, and he's still hanging out over on the left side with some disruptors and some stalkers here, just trying to focus down some units. Geralt seems to be everywhere, and while Keen was getting some damage done, this damage from Geralt is just incredible. Keen down to 50 workers.
Yeah.
The army supply for both is so low, but Geralt's on 99 probes. He's building his 100th probe. He's on 6 bases. He's just going to resupply in like half a second.
Gerald, I know he's mech'd, but he's playing kind of like a Haas-like style here. His map presence is insane. The Zealot is gonna kill the armory with vehicle
God.
plating, I think, being researched. I don't know. I think it was air weapons.
It was ship weapons level 2 denied. Get wrecked, Keen.
So he did lose the double robo, but he does have double forge going. So he's actually going to be catching up on the upgrades because we have 3-2 for Terran. He's going to have 3-3. Oh, the disruptor does catch a lot of this.
At least make some space. Big blink forward. Keen taps out. Geralt takes the 3-2 victory over Keen. Hot damn. Geralt too good, yo. He's too good. Thank you, Macintac, for the raid. I appreciate it, bud. Hope you had a lovely stream. We just had a great tournament. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Everybody remember to go to the Matcherino page to click the claim code button. We have like 1 million codes left.
We have bad
so
job,
y'all
Dave.
gotta go click that button.
I was not doing a good job of mentioning it
Me
today.
neither. Me neither.
We could certainly use it. We have 34 of 50 codes remaining. Damn, Geralt does it again.
He's too good, man. How many of these has he won? He's a pro.
He's a lot. But Cristiano underrates himself. Trigger. Between Geralt, Trigger, and Cristiano, they've taken a lot. Ford Jumi's done well. We've had actually a lot of people come in, though. It's pretty cool. But yeah, guys, use those Matcherino codes, please and thank you. We have 33 remaining. Somebody used one.
I just used one.
Oh, is you? I'm not using them. Yeah, I would use them, but I'm like, I heard that they frown upon you using them. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
oh, that makes sense.
So that's the only reason.
I have the ability to do codes again.
Yes.
I just want to tell you, I got my partnership back. Finally, I decided to message somebody else because the first person I messaged on Discord just never got back to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to message somebody else, and they were like, "That doesn't make sense. You shouldn't have lost that partnership."
Exactly. You do Matcherino tournaments all the time, dude. That's great.
Yeah,
I might ask if you do some of these as well, because
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna have to use codes. Legion Cup's desperate for Matcherino codes, and the other guy kind of stepped out of it, Iron. So I'm like, oh well, just so you know, I've been doing this with Chickenman.
Giddy up.
Thanks for the follow, Zach Feller. But yeah, it would be certainly will help. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you got it back for Cock of the Walk.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have some other events planned as well, actually, that I'm hoping to make some Matcherino pages for. Maybe get some crowdsourcing going for some fun stuff that I'm thinking about.
Hell yeah.
So, we got more in the pipeline. There's only going to be more fun things happening in 2022.
Oh,
Right,
absolutely. Dave? Yeah, we got a ton coming up. It's just making the time to do it.
Hey!
Oh,
It really,
Who
honestly,
wants
it's
to
just the
have
planning.
some
The
fun?
planning takes forever. To make to actually make something good, it takes a lot of planning and like coordinating with other people.
Yeah, that said, thank you, Gerald, and congrats for the win for the raid.
Congrats, Gerald.
We're always rooting for you.
Well played. Keen, I love Keen. He's an OG. I hope to see more of him. But Geralt is the champion today of the Chickenman Testa, the post Katowice tournament.
Yeah. But yeah, this is really cool. Chicken Man, thanks as always. I gotta do something for you too, because I know you're into the bit of movement and stuff. We gotta hook our dude Geralt up, just because I got this in here too. Gerald, I got something for you after too. For being the
Dave.
man.
Thanks,
So,
bud. I
yeah, man.
appreciate it. Pop cheer today. Crushing it. Damn, 500 bits too.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking. I'm like, I definitely want to plan this. If you want to get in on the podcast thing, so kind of like, I had some things, but I reached out to. We'll put it this way: it's gotten to more and more people in different ways, and I'm like, this might have been a mistake, but I'm like, we got to figure out how we can make like a dual content thing. So if it ends up being good, we got Chicken Man YouTube, Dave YouTube, and we kind of split the Spotify, you know?
There you go.
If you're down.
Perfect. I'm down. Let's go.
Well, sir, you probably need some week, and you're looking quite dapper today, Chicken Man. I gotta say, like you're,
thank you,
like you're gonna go in to cast Katowice with style.
I was jealous of all the Katowice casters that were wearing all the fancy stuff. You know, Bayo and Steadfast were looking fine as hell in their bow ties.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm jealous. I don't even think I own a bow tie.
Exactly.
I was like, I want to dress up. I want to be fancy. And then we were gonna do this one today, and I was like, perfect. And you know what? I wore blue and yellow in support of Ukraine, because that's literally all I can do from where I am over here on the other side of the world is wear their colors. But I will do that at the very least. Yeah, just trying to feel a little fancy today, you know? Got to do it every now and then.
Yeah. That is very cool. Definitely a good time to be doing it, showing support for Ukraine with everything going on, and what a killer end to the weekend in tournaments.
It was a good time. Katowice was incredible. It was an incredible tournament, and this one was a lot of fun. I hope you had fun casting. Getting to cast Keen was really, really sick.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Did you invite him, or did he happen to come in?
No, he just showed up, man. I was like, is that the real Keen? You know, when you're in the challenge bracket, especially when they don't have like a logo or anything in there, and I look at it and I'm like, is that the real Keen? It's probably not the real Keen.
Yeah.
And then I opened up StarCraft and he was sitting in the chat channel already. I was like, oh my god, it's the real Keen. Whew. Too good.
Yeah. It's that's awesome, because when you met, I knew of Keen, like I said, and then players are saying, I'm like, who's Keen? Because I was like, oh, it can't be Keen. And
OG Keen, man.
But you were filling me back into how far back he goes. I'm like, I know I've heard of him around. I know he's a monster player, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Definitely a first for our tournaments. I hope we have more. We never know what to expect in our tournaments, though, Chicken Man. You know that.
You really never do, which is great. I love it. And for the record, I think he wasn't in the first ever GSL. It looks like he started in GSL in 2011, so about a year after he was in GSL, and he was on MVP.
MVP.
That's the team he was on. Yeah, back in the day. I knew he was in one of those old school teams, you know.
Yeah, man. For sure.
Classic. Anyways, Dave, thank you so much for for putting this tournament on every week.
Yeah, dude.
You do pretty much absolutely everything for this tournament.
But I always have to throw in something to break your balls and fuck something up, and like we did today with the seeding. Something new every time. Have you noticed?
I was so confused. I really thought Challenge was fucking it up because I was like, I would refresh, and every time I refreshed, somebody moved, and I was like, why is this person here now? I put them. They were supposed to be here, and I was like, is Dave fucking with my bracket? I was like, he usually just lets me seed, so I don't think he is, but. And you were like, no, you were tired. I was just trying to help. I was like, don't fucking do it. I have a method.
Yeah, I gotcha. And I apologize. It was just there, but we could figure it out. We'll talk about some of the other stuff too. Are you done for the day too? I'm taking a break at least.
I'm on the fence. I'm probably gonna call it for the day. I'm feeling pretty good right now, but I know that I'm extraordinarily tired, and so I'll probably only last a little while. And if I try to play StarCraft, the energy level is going to go way down and the salt level is going to go